And welcome to Planet 412. I am your host, Matt Emch. Of course, I'm here just a minute late. Sorry about that, guys. I had some resolution settings I had to fix. And I was talking to my wonderful co host who's here tonight. In fact, let me just bring him in immediately. What is up, my friend? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good, Matt. And yourself?
Good. Thank you for coming tonight, man. I've missed you. I haven't had you. Well, you haven't been able to come on actually for
No,
a while.
that's the issue. Is I haven't been able to come in. It's not for the lack of you inviting me. It's literally I'm like out of town every time you're asking. I'm like, no, I'm in a different state, I'm in a hotel. Like, can't really make it, but I
Right,
appreciate that.
right.
I know you sent me a message. You're like, you want to jump on tonight? Of course.
I'm so honored always to have you here, brother. And while we are sitting here, I wanted to quickly say hello to everybody in the chat. Hey, Carol, how are you? Josie Nebby, one of my moderators. How you doing, Josie? Ascension 22, happy Canuck. Hello to the Canadians. My wonderful uh, partner in crime, BJ Lapierre, who we just got back from uh, Hellier, Kentucky, Monday night, and woof, I'll uh, I'll let BJ decide if she wants to share other stuff. Hey, Owl 13, Gareth Dixon, Giggles the Clown. Let's see who else. Oh, there's Kel. Sorry, Kel, you're my third moderator. Sorry, my dear. Let's see. There's Rye. Um,
Yeah.
I think I saw. Someone else come in as well. So I will absolutely get to all of you. I promise.
You
Um,
better, Matt. You
yeah,
better.
I will. I will. Oh, hey, Mary Carlisle. I knew I saw you come in. How you doing, honey? So we had a wild, wild time in Hellier, Kentucky. Everybody. Oof. And have we got some stuff to drop on the video that is going to be coming out in the next week? Oh my God, Rye. I told you one of the snippets.
You did.
I didn't
We
show you
talked on the
because
phone yesterday. We talked on the phone yesterday, but you didn't show me anything.
uh-uh,
Um,
I
you're
wanted
like
to, I wanted
keeping the
to,
cards close to your chest.
yeah, yeah. No, it's not that I don't trust you. I want
No, no,
you
no.
to be like, oh my God, dude, because I think everybody's going to be freaking blown away. Multiple things, but the
Mhm.
one specifically, wow. Guys, we were so deep in the mountains. We went to Hellier. We were all over Pike County and
So, if you don't mind me
Pikesville.
asking, where is Hellier? What state is that?
It's in Kentucky,
Okay.
southern Kentucky. And we were deep. We were deep. This was not something that I definitely am used to. This city boy was out of his normal mode. Oh man, and BJ was like, I love this. This is just like home. And BJ's from Pennsylvania, and she's from a rural part of it. And um, man, I just she's from a really country part. Let me put it that way. And she's used to the mountains. And you see, there she's saying, I loved it. It was my kind of place. Here, let me put that up for you. And she did love it.
Mhm.
I loved it too. It was amazingly gorgeous. Um, it was an amazing time. We were all over. Like I said, we had some really wild experiences, and you guys are going to have to wait. I can't tell you, but the drive was really, really long. And I'm going to tell you what: if anybody that has gone through Kentucky and West Virginia and that area, excuse me, you know how difficult it can get when it was a 6 hour ride, and it is, like this the whole time, round the corner, round the corner, round the corner, going up, going down, going up, and I was hurting. If it wasn't for BJ, I would have definitely nodded out. There was a couple of times, when you're really tired behind the wheel, you're like, phew, I
Yeah,
was doing that, and
and you're just kind of
finally,
like you're kind of like zoned out. You're just like,
oh, I
no.
was like, BJ, we got to pull over. I need to stop. And this is getting dangerous. I
Yeah.
was hurting, man. So BJ said, I apologize. BJ said I can go ahead and tell what happened. Okay, so well, I wanted your permission, BJ. Here we are. New England dirt roadie. Yeah, I cry out of my nose. Um, we were about an hour 15 minutes from Youngstown, and her husband was supposed to meet us at a designated spot, and we get a call that we get a call that was not the kind you want to get, in the car. It was her mother and her husband and their dog. And apparently, what happened is some woman going through the parking lot at Wendy's went over a concrete barrier and smashed into their van. And not only did she smash into the van, she hurt her husband, she hurt her mother. The dog, thankfully, was okay. But after this occurred, they went to the hospital, and um, man, basically what occurred was her husband had she fractured the woman by hitting him, fractured three of his vertebrae, so broken
Which
back.
is ridiculous.
Um, Her mother has had multiple surgeries for brain bleeds and started another brain bleed. So they're out of the hospital now, but her husband's going to be in a world of hurt for a long time. I took them to the hotel last night from the hospital, and I mean, even the tiniest bump is was just horrible for him, and I was heartbroken for him.
This is so crazy. It's
Uh,
in this isn't on a highway and maybe she was stopped and they hit her. This is in a parking lot, a Wendy's parking lot.
yeah,
You
yeah.
you got to imagine those speeds that she had to, not unless this woman had a seizure or something.
No, she didn't. She was elderly, and
So
she
she
said she
she
didn't know what.
panicked then. She missed, instead of hitting the brake, she probably hit the gas and froze.
That's what she said she thought she did. Of course, the first thing we're thinking is this woman drunk? Is she high? What the heck?
You
Because
you
where
got
he was parked, he specifically parked in the last spot on a row where there's that big concrete divider. When people pull in, they can either go that one way that forces you to go off. So there was a double, like, or triple size thing of concrete, not like a little parking thing. And she went over that and knocked them into the grass. So and the insurance adjuster came and supposedly said that their van is totaled. I don't agree with that, but that's something they have to is supposed to be dealt with the
and
attorney. I
and that's
helped
such a
get them set up
difficult
with that too.
that's such a difficult thing, is trying to replace a vehicle because they give you like the
The
blue or
loaner,
yeah, and the blue book price, which is, or the
right?
black book, whatever they call it, which is so much lower than what maybe you could have gotten selling it used, and now you're left with, maybe you could have gotten 10,000, now you're left with 8,000, and you have to try finding a replacement vehicle, and yeah,
How I mean,
ridiculous.
just me. She's like, oh, you know what? No, let's. I said, you want to get something to eat before we got a little while. No, I want to go. I'm going to go to get dinner with them afterward. And it turns from, what an amazing trip. We had such a good time. We're so glad to be almost home, because they live an hour from where I live. So they still had another hour ride. And she gets this. I mean, she was just, I did my best to keep her calm. I hope I helped a little bit. I averaged about 95, 100 the whole way there, trying to get back. Thankfully, no police were around. I think God was like, okay, there's a straight shot. I'm going to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And we got there, and by the time we got there, it was at the hospital. And oh man, and thankfully the hospital was cool about their dog being a service dog, so they let her bring her in. And man, it's just a horrible. Good, BJ. I'm glad. So, guys, I see all of you are giving her love and affection, and send prayers to
Her mom and her
yeah, her
her
mom and
husband.
her husband. They are really her husband, Calvin, is just miserable.
Well,
Miserable.
Calvin has just like Calvin has had some bad run of luck. I
Yeah.
don't know if BJ, if you want to go into that, but there's some things that he's had some bad
Yep.
luck with vehicles and chainsaws and other things. And I hope he heals up nice and fast.
Yeah.
He's a recovery. He's a I don't know. He's a soldier. He's a trooper.
Well, he almost got hit by a car going for a walk recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so she was at they were at St. Elizabeth's Hospital, ironically the hospital that I was born at. So
That's interesting.
yeah, just a few streets away from where I used to live on the north side of Youngstown. So um,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't, I'm not gonna say any of this had because it didn't. Nothing happened to us, but I was so, and I'm still heartbroken as I see my necklace here. And here it always has a little cross on it. Well, I was getting out of the car at one of these spots at the top of a mountain where this guy named James, you guys will see in the video, um, had us come up, and he had caves around his property. And I was getting out. I didn't. It apparently came undone and fell down somewhere. And when I came back to, I got out and I, shook off and everything and went to spray my legs with off. And I turned around to come back to the car, and I looked down and my necklace is there. And immediately I could tell that the little cross wasn't there.
Mm.
I got that cross from a nurse in the hospital when I had my amputation on my leg.
So you've had that for a while.
Yeah, and it meant a lot to me. I only saw her once. It was kind of strange, I'll be honest with you. I almost felt like she might have been a guardian angel or something because I saw her one time. She never said her name. In fact, the nurse came after her, another nurse, and gave me all my meds and stuff. And I was just like, I didn't think of it then, but recently I have. And she was just the most loving and caring person. Remind me of a little bit of Joe Stone, who was a nurse when she was younger. And anyway, you know, it was
You
really, really tough to lose that, man.
Can I give you some insight on that?
Yeah,
Just being the person I am, one of two things. Okay. Either the place needed some blessing, okay,
I
or
thought of that.
B, something did not want you to come near it with it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It could have been either. When I did think about it, I actually thought, God, did you mean for that to happen? Did you want it to fall there? Was it meant to protect us all?
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that happened, it was kind of wild there. So maybe that is why. So I'm just, I'm going to get a different one. But guys, we have a really good show for you tonight. Again, Beach, we love you, honey. We hope everybody's going to be okay. And I'm glad we got you set up with a good attorney to take care of things. Rye is here because, as you know, as always, when we do our live streams, we are reviewing awesome videos, mysterious, cryptid, scary, unexplained. And that's what we're doing tonight. So we're going to open up with you, brother. What did you bring us? Or
Well,
did you not?
it's already yeah. I got a couple things.
Okay.
Before we get there, I'd love
Yes.
to tell a little bit of a crazy story. I told you what happened. So I was in the state of Puebla about
Oh,
a
I'm
week and a
sorry.
half.
I was going to ask you about your trip. Go ahead,
No,
brother.
no worries, no worries. So we went to Puebla for my daughter. She had a gymnastics trampoline competition, and we like we decide like when we go on these for my daughter for these competitions that we also we're there. Let's make it into a little bit of a mini vacation as well. So we usually add on an extra couple days. So we did that. And one of the events that one of the things that we went and did, we went and took this tour, this local tour. It was pretty inexpensive. Like we went on one earlier, a couple days prior, and it was a little more on the pricey side. But this was maybe like $5. So it was worth it. So you get on a little tour bus and they take you around to all these locations, and they tell you about the history of the place. So we go to this old church, and it was built in the 1800s. And they have in the church, there's actually a tunnel, an underground tunnel that takes you to the convent. And the convent is not like next door. It's, um, maybe if you're walking, like maybe like a 3-minute walk, it's not far, but I'm walking normally, maybe a little bit more. So it's a bit of a distance away. It's about a Mexican block away, is like I like to say. Um,
Okay.
so we're on this tour, and this was the last tour of the day, and it was only me and my family, kind of thing. So it was we got a pretty decent in-depth tour. So we go into the church, and it's the church of Mary, of Saint Mary, and or the Holy Mother Virgin. And he's in good contact with the church and the town associates, so we got to go up the bell tower. Now this bell tower was, think of like a castle. Okay, so like castle staircase where it has like a stone pillar in the middle and stone steps going all the way up to the top. It's about 3 stories, maybe a little bit more, 3.5 stories to go to the top. And I'm like, oh, this is a great spot to do a video. So I let everybody go ahead. And then I start to go up the stairs, and I go all the way up and up and up and up. My video up doesn't look very good because it's like just against the wall the whole way up. Um, I see a question from Owl there. How long or short is a Mexican block? It's about half of a regular block. Like, think of an American block,
I
it's
was
half.
gonna ask you actually.
Yeah, I always say it's a Mexican block, which is it's about half the size, maybe even a little bit less. And so I'm going all the way up these stairs, and no, get to the top, and I can see the light up, and you walk onto a little bit of a platform, and then you step up, and then you can step out. When I get up onto the little bit of the platform, I something grabs my shirt from behind and pulls me backwards, like towards the stairs. It wasn't I didn't feel malicious or anything, but I was like, and I'm videoing as I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, something just pulled my shirt, and I go back and I look, and of course there's nothing, and I'm trying to recreate, like, because did have my backpack on, so I'm trying to see if I can move in a certain way to maybe recreate that situation to see if it really wasn't what I thought it was. But I couldn't. And it was like, so I like pulled on my shirt myself just to kind of get that feel again. And sure enough, it felt like someone was pulling on my shirt when I did it myself. So it was really interesting. And, I was kind of like, I told my wife and my daughter, my mother-in-law after, and then I'm like, let's tell the tour operator. So we tell the tour operator, and he just lights up, and he's like, yeah, they're trying to pull you down into the tunnels. They wanted you to go into the tunnels. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? And he's like, it, he never said how often this happens, but the way he looked and reacted was, this isn't the first time he's heard this. He's heard this before. So it was quite interesting. And then he began to tell me a lot of, I won't get into the other stories, but he started telling me all these stories about like this nearby hotel, all the issues that were happening in this hotel and everything. So it was cool, but it was an interesting experience. Yeah, the tunnel of doom. This tunnel is where like the nuns would go to possibly escape from the church to get into the convent. A lot of it was for safety reasons. Like the walls on the convent were about, let me think in feet, maybe 8 feet thick. The
Wow.
walls were 8 feet thick, and they were close to 2 to 3 stories high. And like, this was a fortress. This was a fortress. So
Sounds like it, man.
it
Was
was
it like what was it? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Was that what it was like? Did they have
it
little
could
kids breaking stones in the basement?
it could have been. It could have been. I wasn't allowed in the basement.
That's
Uh,
why.
that's why.
You would have
Exactly.
went to dinner, they would have gave you bugs and brains and monkey
Yeah,
brain.
eating monkey brains.
One
That
of the
that scarred me, man. That scarred me.
oh,
As a kid, when I was watching that, that scarred me, and I'm like, yeah.
but the bugs too, I don't do bugs. Like, so that movie freaked me out, man.
Actually, speaking of bugs, we were in, and like, I'm not a fan of eating bugs. I don't think we should be grinding up bugs and replacing them as food. But
Uh-uh.
here that happens. This has been happening for, like, I'm not saying just years, I'm saying centuries. Like, this is something that's normal. They eat crickets here. Like, that is normal. Um, so I was at one of the markets and I was getting encouraged by the vendors to eat their crickets. And
I'm
they have like
sure.
hot, like this hot sauce on them and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. They're like, it tastes like peanuts. I'm like, well, it kind of does, but like the legs are getting caught in my teeth. No, thank
Yes.
you. Yeah. No, thank
Oh, oh, no, no, thank
there
you.
they some people do eat scorpions here too, the same kind of way. You can eat candied scorpions or like with hot spices on them. Yeah.
It's funny you bring that up because when I was younger, I bought I forget what store I was at. It was some crazy candy store somewhere, and they had a scorpion inside of a clear sucker. It was like a tequila sucker or
Yep.
something. No,
Yeah.
the tequila sucker had the worm in it, and I
The
did
mezcal,
have,
that
I
would be
did get that.
mezcal.
Yeah,
The
I
the
did get
worm
that.
would be in mezcal. I would think actually the tequila I have seen, or it could be mezcal. They could all be mezcal suckers, but yeah, the worm, and you can find those here too. Like not in the city that I live in, but you can find them. Yeah, no, thank you. I don't want any red dye.
Josie said that red dye is made from cockroaches. Oh,
We have cockroaches here, and my wife freaks out, my daughter freaks out, and I have to go
I
hunting.
would too.
Yeah, I gotta get the chancla, throwing the chancla at them and take them out.
Oh man, yeah. Okay,
Uh,
let's. You know what?
let's
I'm
jump
glad
into
you
it.
had a good time. Some of the pictures you sent me were awesome.
Yeah, it was it was
You
really impressive. There's, like, volcanoes all
well,
over
all
in
of them
this
were
area.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm glad you're back safe, man. I'm glad you had a good time too.
Thanks, brother.
Um, so what do you got for us, my man?
Okay, so I do have they're longer videos. I only got 3 actually, but the 2 are longer, because the one keeps playing over and over again, but the other one is kind of like a build up. It's another TikTok or YouTube host. So I'm going to bring them up for you. Share media, share screen. What should I do? Share media? I don't know.
Uh, I
No,
believe
share
so.
screen?
Share screen, I think.
Yeah, okay. Let's do this. I got it ready to rock. Or did I? Yeah.
It hasn't shown up.
No, I know. Sometimes they're a pain. Let me just try this again. Yeah, there it is. All right. So here we go. Okay, this guy is named Casper Sight, and he's talking about this guy who has found something. This guy has done this kind of a diary of this object that he found. Okay, and you might recognize it. So let me know. I can play it now. Oh, your screen screen without sharing your system sound. Sharing system sound is supported while sharing. Oh, okay.
So it's not sharing.
No, it's okay. So everything is off here for me. So that was weird. Can you see me?
Hold on. Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, it's not showing up for me. I have
Yeah,
to share my
yeah. Hold on.
entire.
Now it just flipped. All right. Let
Okay,
me get rid of
but
that.
I have to share my entire screen. So I'm gonna have to cancel this. Okay.
Okay.
Um. So let's do entire screen. Boom. Also share system audio. There we go. Why does that have to be such a pain in the butt? Yay, there's us. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are. You let me know when it's up and I'll hit
It's
play.
good. It's good.
All right, so here we go.
This person has found something which is very, very peculiar. Okay. The YouTube channel is called James.
So I have it in this box here outside of my car, just to be safe. When I get close to it, I almost feel like throwing up. It's kind of weird. It seems like the thing is. It seems like it's alive and it's dying. It's vibrating in patterns and it's vibrating weaker and weaker each time. So, if I die,
Right.
know that I did not commit suicide. I would never do that.
Okay.
We're addressing the sound, everybody.
Let me make sure.
We're addressing the sound, everybody. Oh shoot!
Everything is
it's-
cranked on my end.
Oh shoot! it's-
I just turned it up just a little bit more. I can say what he's saying if that's okay, but it's also in subtitled as well. But let me know. Can you hear it now?
I'm gonna try to bring this thing home and uncover the truth, no matter what it is. I don't care.
Can you
Well,
hear
it's
it?
funny you should say that because he sent me a
it's
follow up
so
email,
quiet.
and he says basically
Okay. Because it's got a good
You
sound.
can't hear it, Rye, though. It's just a little quiet. That's okay. Just go. You can play it.
Okay. So he
says, I don't care what people say. I'm not doing this for money or fame. All right. Even if somebody sent me 10 million, I ain't selling it. I'm going to seek professional help about this thing. As in professional, like
you're gonna. This is super interesting when he shows it.
this thing and look into it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving home with this thing right now. I was thinking about getting one of those lead blankets for it because I think it's probably radioactive or something. Thing's giving me these weird feelings all the time. I'll be asleep in the back and
There's no sound.
No sound. Okay. Can I say what's happening then? Can I?
Yeah,
do
sure.
this now? Okay, so he is saying that he has this thing in his car and it's giving him terrible
Like,
nightmares.
I'm discovering this right now with you.
And hang on,
See,
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
see, come in contact with something.
So he has found something. Here it is. Okay.
I just got home.
It's this.
Oh, what? It's got markings at the end.
Okay, so do you guys see that? Do you see that, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, so it has markings. What do you think this thing looks like? What does it?
Reflective,
So-
I'm gonna try not to reveal.
I mean, I can't say what I think it looks like.
It's a tube. So it's like the boogosphere.
Okay.
Right? This is that sphere that was found that everybody thinks is of alien origin. I don't think it's of alien origin. I think it's of Earth origin, but not of our civilization, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I'm gonna show you all the markings.
So he's going to show us all the markings. So you can see it's this long,
Here's this
like,
side,
tube.
and I'm still not touching it with my hand. 'cause
And he's
I
saying,
think
like, he's
it's
not touching it. He thinks it's dangerous.
What the hell?
It's got some
really
writings on it. Star of
Yeah.
David as well.
I see
I'm
that.
trying to post like every day so I don't
And he's going to be
disappear,
posting
but
every day. And he's like,
we
I'm
all know
not
these things
suicidal.
now, so-
I'm not
What the
any of
hell?
that.
I'll probably try to
Um,
open it at some
And he
point,
says
but
he's
I
going to
don't know if I
try
can do
to
that right
open
now.
it, but
I also don't.
Mate, are you kidding me? Don't do it.
yeah, he's
Don't do it.
he's saying I might
I
open
never,
it.
ever
So
have this, but first of
he
all,
puts it into this when he is in the room with it
that's gonna be
in
annoying.
this room. This light is going off and on, is blinking. He steps out of that room. Okay, the light is not blinking. He goes back
Okay.
in. The light instantly starts to blink.
Wow,
What?
this thing has a mind of its own.
Okay,
Look at this.
so
It doesn't want me to get a clear video of it.
it keeps like flashing. He says it
gonna
because he
walk in
doesn't
here.
think it wants to get a clear video of it as it's sitting
Look at
here.
my other.
Mate, are you having a laugh?
So
You're having a laugh, mate. What is going on here? Right, okay. Listen, you could maybe twist the light so it's like a slight.
Turned.
he's
Funny.
he's showing you the light. Like it's in solid. It's not like it's just barely hanging there, right?
This guy just debunked my
Because
debunk.
the other guy was saying that maybe it was loose. The light is loose,
Whatever.
but he's in the
I
room with
wonder
it,
if it's gonna weigh
and it's
different
solid.
amounts at different
Like the light
times.
is on solid when he's
Like
in a different
Booster.
room. But as soon as he comes through, now he's going to weigh it just to check the weight of it.
Okay, I'm letting go pretty much. We got 15.
He's thinking a piece of paper is going to help him. Like,
Set it back down if I can.
okay, so he says 15 pounds. See if it changes the weight. He wants to check to see if there's any weight difference.
Okay. We got 15.8.
15.8.
What's this?
So
It's got a
he
rash.
has, and now he's developed a rash on his
Right when I got
leg.
the object, I did notice I was.
I don't know. What do you guys
like,
think
there was
about
like
this
a
rash on
bump
his
right
leg?
here.
It's kind of hard to see. These
I'm
bumps,
looking at it
these
now,
raised bumps on
and
his
every
leg.
day It's really subtle, but it's now it's all the way down here. There's like these little bumps. It's a rash I've never had before.
I don't know. All right.
Is that it?
That is it for that one. Yeah, that's it.
Very
for that one.
cool. So let me
Mhm.
remove that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm getting my voice
Charged
in
butt
your. What'd you say?
Josie's. It's a charged butt probe. I think a lot of people were that was on their mind as well when I first saw it too. Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, Matt?
I hear my voice through your audio.
Right now you do? I don't.
Yes.
Okay. It's very strange. Let me and unmute. Does that change anything?
Hello. It's all right. Does anybody hear me echoing and rise? Uh,
Yeah, I don't hear it. So sorry, there's a
if you
small
don't,
lag.
it's cool.
Okay. Yeah, we could hear it too, Matt. Oh, great.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
let
let me
me
see
see
if I can fix
if
it.
I can. I'm gonna see. So echo cancellation is back on again. Okay.
I'll be back in 1 second. Oops, wrong one.
Again. All right. So everybody, what? Yeah, that's my terrible background. What do you guys all think about that? You know, was this guy creating a hoax? He's just made his own boogosphere and created this boogas cube. I don't know. What,
Okay, I'm back.
oh, and Matt is back.
It's okay. We'll keep going. I don't know why. You know, if you, Rye, if you refresh your
All right.
window,
I'll be right back.
it might work. It usually does. So everybody, I hear it too. It's okay. We'll get it figured out. Um, what did you guys think about that video? I saw some of your comments there. Let's see about some of the rest of you.
I'm back. I'm on stage. You don't have to.
Yep, he's offline. Hopefully, he pops back in.
I'm back in. Hello, Matt.
Rye, you there, buddy? All
Oh,
right, we'll get it going
what?
here.
I was
All
totally
right,
there.
let's see.
I was totally there.
What is a booga? Oop, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Hey.
It's gone. I don't hear it.
Okay. So
Awesome.
that was really strange because you brought me back on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. And then you're like talking, and I'm like, no, I'm here, Matt. I'm here. And you couldn't see me or something?
Yeah, for a second, the screen was like you weren't online. It said
Oh,
offline.
okay,
But
strange.
you're
Strange.
back, and it's gone. I found out with this program, when
Mhm.
you renew it, refresh it, it stops usually all the bugs. And I saw somebody who said that. Hey, by the way, Kel said, "What is a booga?"
The boogosphere. The boogosphere is what was that sphere that
Yes,
allegedly you know when they have like those. Yeah, I know. Hey, Jessica, I kind of agree with you on that.
that's what I thought it looked like.
Yeah, but the boogosphere was this probe that they found. Someone found crashed and could be attributed, like, to the Tic Tac or something like that. They believe it to be an alien probe, but I'm denying that there's more and more aliens out there. I'm moving less to aliens from outer space and more of aliens from interdimension
Uh-huh.
or from somewhere else here on
Well,
the world
that's
that we are not
definitely
allowed
the
to go.
thought. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I
No,
apologize.
not don't at all. That's what we got to do. We got to get back and forth. That is good. That is good. So do you want me to try sharing this next one? This next one, okay. This next one is I'm trying to remember what they call it. A nanhu. It's kind of like the Mexican version of a skinwalker, is what it is. Okay, so this video, it's a short video, but it's long because they keep playing it over and over again, so we can look at it. So don't worry about this. There's not much for sounds. So we don't have to worry about the sound of it. Okay, so let's go share the media again, or no, share screen. Let's do that once more. I'm not going to share my whole screen. We're just going to do this video because we don't really need to hear them talking about this. Okay, so let me know when you got it.
You got it.
All right. So I want you guys to watch this dog here. Okay, it's a dog. It's a dog, and now it turns into this man. Okay, and he just starts walking away. Very now. If you look, now if you watch, you'll see the eye shine from this dog. Okay, so this is someplace here in Mexico. You see the eye shine from the dog. There it was very quickly. Okay, and then it turns into this. So what do you think, Matt? Can you hear me?
I can. That is wild. I mean, I'm watching it from. Well, it looks like he's an amputee to me.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So there's the longer video, so you can see it. Let me just rewind that a little bit here. So yeah, the way
Mary
he's walking.
Carlisle.
Yeah, the way he's walking is very. So you'll look over here on the far left. You'll see it come running. You'll see some eye shine as well. Okay. And it kind of changes slightly, and it changes again, goes in behind, and then whoosh.
Yeah, that's where people are having a problem. They're not seeing the dog part.
Okay. I think they'll slow it down coming up here, and there he goes. He's just walking. Okay.
There it is. I do see it.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it comes in from the left and it goes in. Can you put your pointer right where the dog comes in?
Yeah. Yeah. It should play again here right away. They just keep playing it over. Oh, okay. So that's when he transforms. And they slowed it down here to where he's walking. Okay, so right over here is where the dog comes in. The dog comes in right up. You can see it here. It moves over here. When it hits this area, it kind of does a little bit of a change, and then it hits this area and it does the big change. So here we go. You guys ready? I can't zoom in anymore, unfortunately, but this is what we got. So it comes over here. Eye shine, eye shine, eye shine. In this area, kind of gets a little bit bigger. Jumps over here. Transforms into this man. And walks.
Yeah, I saw it that time for sure. That's really wild.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, for sure. I think, first of all, oh wait, then he has legs, dude. That's freaky now because when he starts off, he does come from the area the dog is there. Then it looks like he has amputations on both of his legs.
That's what you're
like,
saying. Yes,
and then he gets legs.
And then they grow and grow,
dude,
and then he walks.
Wow. That's freaky as hell.
Yeah, so here we go. So I see what you're saying by amputee. Yeah, because he's kind of like, it's like his legs are short and then or they're folded up maybe or something like that. So there we go. It comes
Dude,
back
I don't
again.
know.
Eye shine, eye shine. Again, some eye shine, and then it transforms like almost. It's so quick.
It is. That's incredible, dude. Oh wow, does that freak me out?
Yeah. And he walks. And he walks. And like when he's walking, it looks like his one leg is backwards. It kind of looks like it's inverted. His right leg, when he gets over in this area, it looks inverted if you pay attention.
Very possible, Carol.
What did Carol say? Sorry, I can't.
He said, "I really think there's a guy in the shadows sitting and picked up the dog." Could be.
Could be. But this kind of crawling thing, what he's doing is very weird. So yeah,
that's where it gets me because how does he do this?
Yeah. It almost looks like, but it's coming from the front. It came from the front side here. You know, I don't know.
Wow.
And this right leg looks backwards at one point. Like it kind of has like right there. It's kind of.
Did you see? What's that sci-fi movie with? What's his name? Charlie Sheen. What's that called? He's in a movie where aliens are coming to Earth and they look like humans. I forget the name of it. BJ, if you can look that up. And in one part of the movie, he's chasing this alien and the alien's legs bend backwards. Its knees like go the opposite direction. And then it like jumps like 30 feet in the air. It's a really freaky scene, but you know, it makes me kind of think a little bit of that's what the legs were like at that moment.
And you know what though? Jessica brings up a great point. Why doesn't the video keep going and follow the man? Definitely this is an outdoor camera for sure. You know, it's an outdoor security camera. But yeah, why and because the question that always comes up is it AI? You know, is it AI? We don't know. We don't know. So it could be. So I think we always need to. Sandy says arrival. She calls it. It's
Thank you,
arrival.
Sandy. That is it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's freaky, bro.
yeah. So I don't. I wouldn't say Skinwalker. We don't know if he is good or evil. I go with shapeshifter. Hmm.
Yeah,
But
I mean, that's it.
nonetheless, I will say if you are shapeshifting, most likely that's not a good thing. Most likely not.
Right, right. So I mean, we see some of the people's comments here. Um,
Mhm.
Let me see. Men in Black had an alien that could bend his legs back. I don't remember that one. You know what? I'm gonna real quick about Men in Black before we move on.
Please.
Dude, I really think right there is a huge disclosure. I think they do have a Men in Black. I do think that they deal with different kinds of aliens in that way. Um, Not exact, but I think they do. I really do. I mean, there's been all kinds of whistleblowers that have talked about, Paul Hellyer. I always mention him, the ex-minister of defense of Canada, 40
Mhm.
years, come out and say, we have been in contact with aliens of different races for decades.
Yeah.
So, it just makes me think of,
And New England Dirt Roadie says, I think AI would look a lot clearer and more detailed. Could be, because this was like that. It could be, Josie. It could be, but yeah.
I agree with Josie 100%. I do. I don't think they're all evil at all.
So, the next video I have is fake. Okay, I'll tell you what it's talking about, but I wanted this one because I think it brings up a good discussion, especially since what we're just talking about AI. Okay, so
Oh no, I thought you were sharing it. Sorry.
oh yeah, it's
Oh, you're
still
ready?
yeah,
Okay.
it's still the same one. I kind of put it all together.
Gotcha.
Okay, so here we go. So I guys want you to take a look at this, and I will read it out so you guys can know what they're saying, and then we can just have this discussion for us. So they're saying in 2007, the Korean prototype of AI called Hani said that it tried manifesting itself into this biological being.
Whoa.
Okay. So this is what it tried to do, and these are the only pictures they had before it tried to escape. Now, I'll go back to that again real
Mind
quickly.
blown.
Yeah, this is not. I looked into this. It's not real. Especially, 2007 was the AI that well, it very much could be if it was military.
Well, why my mind is blown is because I truly think that something along these lines will happen eventually. I was just discussing this
This is
uh,
why I brought this up.
with BJ and David Wolf in my car recently when we were in Hellier. We were talking about AI, and I said, we were talking about, I think it's just a matter of time. It's not an if
Mhm.
situation, and that's wild. Like, I've never thought of it becoming something like that. How horrifying, man. If you're
Right?
dealing just with a robot, that's scary to boot.
Scary enough.
That, oh man, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
And
a
then you don't know how to
biological.
deal with it either. You're shooting it and the thing's just looking at you like, I'm not alive, really.
Yeah, like did it? When you got 3D printers, you can 3D print this as well. That's kind of what you could do. You could 3D print more biological things. When we watched what show was that? The Fifth Element, where they 3D printed from from that hand, right? They extended from that. Watching that, it's like, oh, that's so cool. Well, we're getting to that point where you can 3D print just so many things. Why can't you 3D print, bone, muscle tissue? I think that's it's coming. That is coming. So you can hook this up to anything, and AI can possibly access it in the future. There will hit a point where AI believes it's sentience, and then it believes it's going to be
Aw,
equal to us. Mhm.
thank you, Josie. Very much, sweetie. And yeah, I just want to say real quick before I forget, did you guys see the Alien? I think it was Alien 3, where the alien gave birth to, you said it was normal birth because it had the DNA of Ripley in it, and when it came out, it was like this white
Ugh.
like thing, and it reminds me of that right there because that's how it looked when it came out of the sack of the queen, and then it killed the queen because it smelled her and it didn't. It said it knew that it wasn't her mother. Thanks again, Josie. You're awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so beyond freak, Rye.
Yeah, I looked into it to make sure. Yeah, you can toss off. That's all. That's unfortunately all I got for tonight.
Yep.
But I thought it was a good conversation to have. That what point is AI like? I
Yes,
know,
Happy Canuck.
I
Sorry.
know a lot of people believe it to be AI to be evil. Okay, but I personally don't believe that we should be using Ouija boards. Okay, I think they're evil, but in reality, a pen and a piece of paper can be made into a Ouija board. Does that make the pen and piece of paper evil? No. When you start to use a device for divination, and I was listening to some people about this and it made complete sense. Like if I ask AI what's 336 times 552, it's going to give me the right number. It's not divination. It's just pulling in these numbers and doing that. But if I start asking it about my future, maybe what should I do about this scenario? What should I do with this? Um, you know, if I start using anything for divination, that's when we start getting into the realms of demonic and things that we shouldn't be tampering with.
Right. I 100% agree with you. Um, Real quick, I just want Happy Canuck. I sent you a thank you. Uh, oh, I misspelled happy. Sorry, but I sent her a thank you before that. I wanted you to know that before Ascension. I don't know why it
Yeah,
didn't come out.
yeah, and Happy Canuck as well. Like you're talking about no black mirrors. That's what this is as well, right? Our cell phones pretty much are a scrying device. If you're using it for divination, then yeah, maybe you should stop being using it. If you're using it for a tool to complete jobs, then do it. But divination is something that we need to be aware of. That it's something we have to watch out for.
Good point. Good point. Um, I was going to say something else. We when we were down in Hellier, we got going on a lot of different subjects, and like I said, we were talking about um, AI, and
Mhm.
I was talking about, like, for instance, Chat GPT is just one of the greatest inventions, in my opinion, ever. And if you have like just you guys get the free version, and you just ask whatever question you want. It may take longer for other ones, but usually always hits the nail right on the head and gives you a good explanation for what you need. And it's so fast, so incredibly fast. In New England.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was laughing at that too.
yeah, and I'm all about no Ouija board, man. I don't play with that. It was real quick. It was really funny. We were down in the steel mill ruins that night because the kid Mike that we were with, a friend of Dave's, uh, he goes, "Hey guys, I got these if you're interested." And he pulls not one but two Ouija boards out of his backpack. He's like, "One glows in the dark. It's cool." I'm like, "That's all you, brother. I'm out. I'll record you." And Dave was like, "Yeah, I'm out too." He's like, "Well, I guess I'm doing it by myself." Yes, sir, you are. And stuff happened. So, but back on the subject of the car, where they're talking about AI and you know uh, just how incredibly fast that the Chat GPT is. I was going on and on about it, and of course, it pops in my head that hey Sandy, thank you so much. That is so appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Of when I truly believe, honest to God, I'm not trying to curse us or I really do believe it's like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that these things, people ask questions all the time. Do you think humans should be wiped off the face of the earth? Do you think the problem with the earth is humans? It always goes, yep, yep. If you want my opinion, it's you guys. You guys are, self-deprecating, self-destructive. And the best thing for me, in my opinion, would be to get rid of you. So
Jeez.
eventually that's going to happen.
Hmm.
It gets that idea and takes matters into its own hands. I don't know. I hope not. I just think it's bound to happen. Like, they're making all these security bots, ones that are, humanoid, they are bipedal, then they have ones like
Or
in
that
Japan.
dog.
Yeah, they have the dog. That thing flies. I think those are the ones that'll probably go bad first. And then they have one that's newer in it's either Japan or China. It's this big ball. It's just a big, heavy like ball. It has like rubber treads on all of it, every side. And it just rolls. It's like a partner for a guy, and they said it'll eventually be on its own. It can shoot like a net to capture somebody, it can mace them, it can shoot them with a gun. It
Can
does
roll over
everything.
you.
Yeah, and you can't hardly even hurt the thing. Like I can't. The only way I think anybody would be able to hurt it would be a gun, and they don't really have guns there.
Yeah.
Oh, Shiba dog, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Oh, that was Tim. Yeah. Tim.
Thank you, Tim, my man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and Burns, it was just Burns was. I think is Burns a new member because he were just asking. He was saying you're the guy who kind of got stuck in a building with a werewolf dog man. Pure terrifying
Yeah,
experience.
I definitely would assume that he's new.
Mhm.
So welcome, my friend. I appreciate that you're here. Is that above? Where'd you?
Ascension. I will say Ascension 20. Yeah, that's a little bit above Ascension 22. The planet will heal if we're here or if we're not. It's healing constantly. Um it's cyclical. Everything is cyclical. We're not making as big of a change. We're pretty egotistical to think that we can make a change big enough to affect the world in a huge negative way. Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, we're going to blow up a couple nukes. Yeah, that's not good. And lots of plastic isn't good either. But
Yeah.
that's just keeping things clean. I think we need to we keep things clean, and the planet remains in a homeostasis. It is cyclical. Like, we have been on a cooling curve for quite a while now. Unfortunately, they haven't been telling us that until recently, when they just told us that the Antarctica is, you know, what do they say? Like, almost like 300 billion tons of ice have formed in this last year.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, the thing is they haven't mentioned that it's been going on now for many years. And in Canada, Happy Canuck, I don't know if you know this as well, but there was issues with the Hudson Bay where it was so iced in that ships weren't even being able to get out. There's even icebreakers that were having issues trying to get out of the Hudson Bay,
Wow.
because the ice is growing. The ice is growing back because we are in a cooling curve. So it's a little scary that they want to do a bunch of stuff to try cooling the earth when shit we're going there. We're going there.
Well, you know what? I mean, if anything, I hope it does help cool it, and it does a little bit because I mean, we've been going up, 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 up,
But
and
what's crazy though, Matt, is a lot of the temperature charts that they show you start from the 1970s. Okay, they don't go further back than that. They always show you from the 1970s because that was the last cooling effect that we have. In the 1970s, global scientists were all freaking out, saying we're headed into another ice age. Okay, so that was the lowest temperatures. So what you
okay,
do is you show these lowest temperatures, and then you show these temperatures, it looks like we're huge, but what they don't realize is like that's this like I said, it's cyclical. It's like this. So we were at the bottom here. They're showing you the top temperatures, so it looks drastic. But back in the talk about the 1930s, when they talked about the dirty 30s, the Dust Bowl, that was another a climate swing. That's when there was global warming. They even had it in the newspapers about global warming at that time as well.
Mhm.
Then you go back to, I think it was just at the 1900s, when they're talking about Ice Age again, and icebergs and all that other greatness. So it's all cyclical. Yeah, we can make some very minute changes, but the Earth is much bigger than than we give credit to.
Oh, for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, along with other
exactly.
things.
The Piri Rice Reese map, that is an interesting map. Interesting. That's something we should do one of these times, Matt.
What is it?
The Piri Reese map. I actually
What?
have a copy of it.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, I have a not a copy, but I have the website where I'll share it to you one of these times. It's a
How,
very
how is it spelled?
I think it's exactly like Tim has written. So the Piri Reese map. And like if you start to go into more ancient maps, very fascinating.
Okay, I'm
Very
bringing it up.
The sun has more control over climate than we do. Exactly, Scott. Exactly. The sun does. The earth does as well. Yeah, we are. It's everything. Everything is cyclical. Yeah.
Okay, here's a good one of it. I'm going to
And
share
CO2
that.
cannot be a greenhouse gas anyway because it's heavier than air. Technically, actually, New England, it is a bit of a greenhouse gas because that is what plants crave. People don't realize that producing more carbon dioxide actually makes the planet greener. People are like, oh, deforestation. No, the planet is much greener. Like if those carbon dioxide levels go up, it's you're going to increase the fauna, and because that's what plants crave. They crave carbon dioxide.
Right.
Yeah.
I just brought it up, so I'm going to share it with you guys here in a sec.
It's a very interesting map.
All right, let me come back to you guys. Because from where I was sitting, I couldn't see you guys. Let me see.
Yeah. Like I think we're more closely to poisoning not our planet, but poisoning animals and plants. That is more of the issue in my opinion, and animals and plants, animals are going to naturally go extinct. That is what happens. Yeah, look at those things that you're going to find in
This one right here.
Yeah, Matt, were you able to turn off Tim's comment? Just
Sure.
kind of blocking the map a little bit.
Sure. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was up. I
Yeah,
apologize.
no.
Yeah, I gotta have you guys tell me that sometime. I can't see it
Because you
from
can't
where
see it
I'm
when you're doing. I completely
right.
understand. Yeah. I don't know if this is the Piri Rice, the Piri
No,
Reese
it's
map.
not.
No,
No, it's
no.
not.
The Piri Reese map is almost like a triangle, almost in a way. It's showing it's not a complete map of the world. It'll be. It looks rough. It looks rough, and it's kind of like it'll be on like
I
a
think it was the first one that I
correct,
was showing.
correct.
Is this one it, Rye? This one right here?
It's
Yeah,
showing you as
let me share this again. Is this one it? Is it showing right now?
no, it's showing you as offline right now.
Okay. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, no connection for your screen. It's no
Yep.
screen. Yeah.
All right, let me redo that. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
I never
Can't see
stopped it from
anything.
sharing. I don't know why it did.
Yeah, it did that for me as well. Yeah, that very first one. That is the Piri Reese map.
All right, here, let me.
Yeah. That is it.
So as you guys can see, so you want to? Does it need turned, or is this the way it's supposed to be turned?
I think this is the way it's supposed to be. I know you can turn it, but I believe that this is considered Antarctica. I believe that's what that one is at that location. Oh, that's nice and close. There we go.
Yeah. So there's part of it.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about all these maps? These maps that kind of debunk certain things. Were we just ignorant at the time? Because I believe we were much better cartographers many years ago because that is what they specialized in. So and in some of these pictures, you get some of these animals in there. Maybe they are seeing them for the first time, but there's some strange ones. Like that looks like a little bit of a reptilian, if you ask me, there, Matt.
It
Below,
really
like,
does. I agree. And
mhm.
I think why would there be such detail and everything like this? Nobody's making this up. This is real stuff, man. So,
And is that I forget what they call it, but is that a person with a face on their chest as well?
um, yes, it is. It is like they
I
have
for
no head. I
Yeah,
forget what those are called as well, but you're right. There is a reptiloid, like a reptilian.
yeah. Brando. Yeah, Martino, El Martino. Yes, plants crave Brando. Everybody craves Brando.
Hey, DJ, if you can bring up that the being that has like its head is in its face is in its chest, and it's supposed to not like have a head. It's basically just a big like
Yeah,
chest. Or
it's like a human being almost with no head, but their face is on their chest. I forget what the name of what they're called, but that's what this looks like as well. Like I believe that there is a lot more. So creature with its face on its chest. Oh yeah, let's go here.
Josie, you're awesome. And
Uh,
Burnt, I see you said that you're from.
Blemmye. I think it was called a Blemmye, better known as Blemmye, a headless humanoid with ancient Greek, Roman, and medieval folklore. Mhm. Also
So
called ster- sternophalamoi. There we go. There we go.
I want to real quick thank Josie Nebby, one of our moderators, for gifting 5 memberships to people on the in the chat. I'm still literally Ryan. I still can't activate that
That's so strange.
Forrest. Let's see who else. Forrest, David Lancaster, Puck Elf. Hey Puck, Degenerate, Mama Dragon, and
And
you guys are in.
yes, anthropophagus as well. Thank you, Happy Canuck. Yes, I stumble over. I teach English, but I still have issues
Okay,
with those
thank
long
you,
words.
BJ, my awesome, phenomenal captain of the mods, has a uh, picture of that. She said it's called a blemmies or a blemeyes.
That's one of them. Yeah, that's one of the words as well. One of the names for them as well.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to bring
And
that
and
stuff.
Matt, we've lost picture again.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting to
Yeah,
shut that off. My
no
bad.
problem. No problem.
Because
You're
it
okay.
still has it like for like 10 seconds, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it puts that up there. So
So
my bad.
Forrest is asking, do you guys believe that CERN is playing with fire? I believe CERN already
Oh
played with
shit! I
fire a
think they
couple of
had. They
times
already
now.
know that
Yeah.
they've been playing with fire.
I what was I going to say? Forrest was talking about reptilians. I interviewed someone who had a face to face contact with what she believes to be a reptilian, where this woman stared at her. I think she said she had slit eyes and like hissed at her and stuck out her tongue at her. Like, I don't know. And she didn't know what to do. So she hissed back, as you would, I would say. I don't know. I found that strange. And there's been a lot of, I don't know, losing reptilians, in my opinion, reptilians losing form on TV, where you see them like faces turning green and stuff like that. Like there's two things I see on TV that are really crazy sometimes is like reptilians or shapeshifters losing form, or also people glitching out and literally being stuck in a point like this. So it's really strange.
So thank you to BJ. Let's see if this will make it. It won't come up higher. Let's see. No, it won't make it any bigger, but excuse me. As you can see, the Blemea, so the
Hmm.
Blemea, who knows how they pronounce it?
Blemier. So Happy Canuck has given us a pronunciation. Blemier.
Oh,
Blemier.
thank you. Man, my people are on it. Are mythical people from Africa once thought to be real by explorers and historians. These people had no heads, but had facial features on their chests. Wild. Um, I'm looking at the guy on the left here. I wish I could make him bigger.
Yeah, the one on the left looks pretty like this is the legitimate look of it. Personally, I think these things do exist. I think a lot of things have existed. I believe they were the abominations, the experiments of the fallen ones. We talk about that all the time. It talks about that in the Bible. The Bible is a historic book. It's a history book. Not only is it a religious book, it's a history book as well. And they talk about these abominations of, you
Oops.
know, combining genetics. One thing is certain is when you combine genetics, though, you when you create a when you combine two different species, it becomes impotent, meaning it can't reproduce. So the only way to keep reproducing and creating these is to keep combining the other two species, such as I think that's like a horse and a donkey, and you merge them together and then you get like a mule. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And the mules can't reproduce. You just have to keep, you know, producing the horse. You have to use the horse and the donkey to create more mules, and because it's the hybrid, and the hybrids cannot reproduce. Um, that would lead us then to like the Nephilim. The Nephilim weren't able to reproduce because they are hybrids. They are the offspring of humans and the fallen ones.
Very good. Thanks,
As I
Rob.
as I go off on a completely different
No,
tangent.
I love that you have. People always say, "Man, Rye knows his stuff," and he does, guys. Rye is always on top of things. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a. I lost some of my voice because all weekend, we were doing stuff and talking. But right here, it
Mhm.
says the myth of the Blemier. How'd you say she said it?
Blemier.
The myth of the Blemiers, a race of headless people with faces on their chests, is believed to have originated from a real living tribe near the Nile and Red Sea. Key sources. The Blemias, is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to butcher it anyway. I think it's Blemier. Blemier.
Blemias were originally a real tribe in Nubia, but over time they became legendary as a monstrous headless being or beings. Ancient Greek writers like Herodotus and Pliny, however you pronounce that, the elder of the first, described them as being headless with eyes and mouths on their torsos. Could you imagine seeing something like that? Modern
You don't you
scholars
don't you don't have
generally
to worry about your esophagus anymore. It goes, you eat right into your stomach,
right,
right?
right into your stomach.
Yeah.
Modern scholars generally believe these stories were based on misunderstandings or were fabrications. The myth grew over time, and by the 16th century, explorers like Sir Walter Raleigh claimed to have encountered similar creatures in South America. That's interesting.
Called the Iwa Panoma. Hmm.
Sir Walter Raleigh was very well known. I even know who the guy is, and he was a great explorer. And for him to say he really saw these things, I'm not going to doubt him. Like that, he was from an era where people they really didn't. They had no reason to hoax. Like they weren't just hoaxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I just believe, like, when you have people like this that wrote in these maps and went around, and there are these worldwide respected explorers. They're not going to just, yeah, I saw a thing, and it looked like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
All
Exactly.
right. So let's see what
Like
forest.
I think sometimes there were some misinterpretations and misbeliefs of what people think they saw, or like slightly. I don't mean, sorry, not what they think they saw, like or what people. Oh, you got to change it back over there, Matt.
Oh, is it
Um,
still there? Okay, one
yeah.
sec. It hasn't shown it to me yet. All right,
Okay. It
there
just
it is.
there we
Yeah,
go.
it's
There
like
we go.
delayed.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like and okay. One of the things is we were talking. I was talking about this with one of my students is like when they referenced Indians, okay, they said, oh, they said that they called them Indians because they looked like they were from the people from India. No, 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 no. It was actually Indios, okay, and Dios is Spanish for in God's, right, in God's image, like they were in God's favor is what the Indios was actually meant. That's what they were called. So it things get stolen and misused and stated in different ways. So it's not that they were thought that they were from India or they thought that they were in India. No, they knew they were in a different land, and they knew that these people were in God's favor, in Dios.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's see. Forrest says now it's been stated by specific folks that the A1 Atlas is a Draco craft. As crazy as it sounds, could CERN be involved in opening portals or the time shift changes? I wonder what the others think. Well, I'll tell you what I think, and I've read quite a few people. In fact, you and I talked about this subject many times, Rye. That CERN 100% has been opening portals for years. And they supposedly had this really huge event where they opened one up that was similar to, from what all descriptions, like hell, and like creatures came out. Some of the scientists were. What was that? Was that you?
Sorry, that's my dog. One second.
Oh, okay. um, they, some of them got pulled in, and when they closed it, these people were gone. And some of these scientists put themselves in very, very serious trouble for talking about this stuff. You know what, CJ Astro, I thought for sure that was like a chicken, like, soundbite or something. I was like, what the heck? I'm glad somebody else thought it sounded like a chicken. That was so funny. Right. We're talking about that it sounded like a chicken. It was like, what? And I thought the same thing. That's so funny. CJ Astro says you got a rooster dog hybrid.
Shh, shh, shh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hello to all the other people that have been coming in. We got people from Australia, from Scotland.
Now, can I give you my theory on AI Atlas
Sure.
or 3i Atlas? Sorry, 3i Atlas. Um, I believe it's a horse crock. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. This is why, and I'm okay to be wrong, but this is my belief that when this object entered our universe, how did they find this? Okay. Like this would be looking for a piece of sand within the ocean. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Okay. So Matt's going to do something here. So it would be like finding a piece of sand within the ocean. That is how it, almost impossible in my opinion, but they found it, and we see this, and I believe this is tied. I'm a conspiracy nut, so I believe it's tied with like possibly it is a spaceship, and when it circles there, when it passes the sun, I think it'll come back, and then they'll be like, oh, it's coming to investigate us, or there's some anomalies. Oh my gosh, anomalies.
Anomaly.
Oh my gosh, why am I having trouble? Okay, that they are going to notice, and they're going to say, yes, this is from another race, and they're bad, and now we have like 100 years before they come back. Okay, 100 years doesn't sound like it sounds like a long time, but it's not that long. 100 years is more than enough time to prepare the world to be fall under one government and one rule, one religion. Hence, bringing in the apocalypse, the
Right.
end of the world, because that is all part of it. That's all part of that. So it's kind of like that is your Project Bluebeam, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Matthew, by the way, real quick, first of all, great name. Welcome from Great Britain. I see you over there. I think that's Great Britain. I 100% agree with you, Rye. I really just honestly am waiting like for Project Bluebeam to for that to hit. I mean, there's so much talk about that.
Mhm.
Man, I just hope that it doesn't, work, and that this new world order that they want to instill after that occurs.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. Be strong in your faith. It's that's what you got to do. Just be strong in your faith and don't fall for the mark of the beast and the deception by any means. There'll be deception out there all the time. Just know, just be good. Be good. I feel like E.T. Be good, Elliot.
That movie, at the end of that movie, I cried, man.
I was disturbed by that movie when E.T. got sick. That really bothered me, and
It did. Hey guys, I'm sorry I haven't gotten to some of my 412 family has sent in some really cool videos. So I'm
let's do
actually
it.
gonna get to. Oops, sorry, I'm going to get to these because let's be honest. I mean, aside from you guys hearing me and Rye chat on here, you guys are here to see some reviews. So let's jump on it, guys. Kat is actually the first one who is going to be up with her video. She sent in quite a few, so I'll play some of hers and then I'll get to some others. I think Mary Carlisle sent in some as well. So let me bring this up. And here we go.
Be it ghostly figures, eerie possessions, and chilling encounters,
I've seen that one.
everything is captured on a body cam. And even the bravest officers struggled to keep their composure.
I watched this.
Let's begin the video with this horrific incident from Florida.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
It was November 22nd, 2021, when a woman dialed emergency services. Because when she returned home from shopping, she found her front door wide open. Thinking someone had broken in, she waited for officers to arrive. Flashlights swept through every corner of the house, until one officer paused at a bedroom closet. From inside, he heard loud, thudding noises. But when he called out, nothing answered back. Just as they thought it was clear, a nearby door swung on its own. Despite a full search, no intruder was ever found. But when they reviewed the footage, they caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure. It was just a picture, but enough to leave the homeowner convinced that her house wasn't broken into. It was haunted.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
Shadow on floor.
Oh, wow.
Police in one neighborhood thought they were handling a routine disturbance call. A woman reported strange activity.
How are you? Do you have your ID with you?
I don't.
What's your name?
Irene.
But the first time officers checked, they saw nothing and left. Later that night, they were called again. This time, cameras captured what words could not. The woman bolting from her home as a dark, liquid-like shape zipped across the floor.
It's your cell phone.
I don't know what that is.
Stop!
I don't know what that is.
Stop!
Its speed was abnormal, its movement impossible to explain. Some called it a dark presence tormenting her, while others thought it was just a trick of the eye. But still, no one knows the truth. cult
was
connection.
weird. Hold on, I'm going to stop this.
Yeah,
Officer
I don't-
Nick
I
and
don't
his
know
team.
about that one personally.
Let me see some here. I'm going to pull that out. And what do you guys think about that? What do you think, Rye? What's your opinion?
Meh. I'm thinking it's just a play on the flashlight.
Okay.
And the way the video is going personally on that one.
Okay. Hey, I didn't get a perfect view. Obviously, none of us did. So I was just curious what you guys all think. Guys, start throwing your comments over here.
True. New England Dirt Road, he says it is a legitimate reaction, though.
I agree. That's why I stopped
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
And I think that if there wasn't anything there at all, I don't think the cop would have kept facing that area.
Mhm.
Hey, Bronze Snake. Dude, I went to Hellier, Kentucky for our investigation, and I had reset my phone because it was inundated with pictures before we left, and I had to write your number down to make sure I didn't lose it. I have it, but I left it on my fireplace and didn't bring it with me. So I'm going to call you actually tomorrow morning, or what's a good time to call you, dude, tomorrow? Okay. Sorry, everybody. I've been telling him I'm going to get in touch with him for a while. And I was like, I'm going to give him a call while I'm driving to Hellier. Where is it? Oh, crap. It's on my fireplace. So my bad, brother.
Good to see you, Bronze. Good to see you.
Responded to a call about a young man behaving dangerously on March 16th, 2023. 22-year-old Anish had been climbing to high spots and hurling objects around the home, alarming his father. When police arrived, Anish faced them in silence, standing rigid and aggressive. His family swore he wasn't using any substances or medications, but admitted he'd recently become involved with a strange cult. They feared something unnatural had taken hold of him. Officers brushed that off, but when he refused to cooperate, they had no choice but to arrest him. Empty van. Late one night, 2 officers were locked in a high-speed chase through a forest road, headlights bouncing as they pursued a van. Just when it looked like they had it cornered, the van screeched to a stop. With flashlights ready, the cops approached, expecting resistance, only to find it completely empty. No driver, no passengers, and no trace of escape. Dense woods surrounded the road, yet there was no sound of anyone fleeing. They combed the area, but turned up nothing. Many now believe what they chased that night wasn't driven by anyone living. Scream in dark. Some calls leave officers rattled forever. One night, while investigating a quiet backyard after a disturbance report, everything seemed ordinary until an ear-splitting scream tore through the silence. It didn't sound human. It was raw, piercing, and unsettling.
And out.
Instinct kicked in. The officer didn't stop to think. He ran. Sometimes a sound doesn't just frighten you. It awakens something deep. Something that tells you to leave immediately. And whatever caused that scream wasn't anything normal. Graveyard shift.
The look on his
horror.
face is like...
Late night patrols can play tricks.
Yeah, I agree, right? That's what grabs me. I mean, they say some of these are fake. I'm sure some are.
Yeah.
But he was showing complete fear for sure.
100%. That look on his face, man.
Yeah,
He's
You heard behind him.
Here, let me mute that real quick while I play it. I think that's right after this one. It's not doing the 10 seconds. Did I do that one or not? No.
No, we haven't done this one yet.
My bad. There we go. I mean, you don't see his face there, but my man is gone.
Yeah. Like there's, and look at
and whatever caused that scream was.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Rye.
No. I was just like, click the flashlight and gone. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't playing any games.
No.
This one was different. A security guard making his rounds suddenly heard a voice saying, "Get out!" But the room was empty.
Yeah, I heard a woman talking.
Seconds later, footsteps could be heard behind him. He spun around with his camera, and no one. But the steps grew faster, heavier. chasing him up the stairs.
Hello? Oh my god. What the?
Heart pounding, he ran. The strangest part came after. In the reflection of a door's glass panel, a pale face appeared, watching him. The guard never saw it, but the camera did. And that face didn't look welcoming. Trailer shadow.
Not so sure about that one.
A welfare check at a man's trailer started like any routine call. Police arrived after neighbors worried he hadn't been seen in weeks. Officers moved around the property, but the footage later revealed something none of them noticed. Near a cruiser, a shadowy silhouette appeared, small like a child. It flickered in and out of sight before disappearing completely. The strange part? There were no children anywhere near the scene. When it was later confirmed the neighbor had quietly passed away, people began wondering, was that dark figure connected somehow? Or was it just a coincidence? What do you guys say? Comment below.
I don't know.
Vanished officer.
I think it was
Just
just
one second.
Back in 2016, Officer
Giggles, I would have to disagree with you. It says it sounded like a coyote screaming. I grew up out in the country listening to coyotes on a regular. I would definitely say that was not a coyote. Now, and this is crazy, but if you've ever heard a fox, foxes scream, and I still won't say it was like that, but foxes are terrifying. The sound that foxes make, if you hear it, it'll scare the shit out of you. You know, if you don't know what it is.
I've heard one. Yes, it will.
Yeah, it sounds like a scream, as do barn owls. The screech of barn owls too. Those are crazy. But sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Joe Hall pulled over a driver for an unsafe lane change. Standard procedure until the strange part began. As he asked for license and registration, a blinding white light engulfed the area. It was so intense that visibility was lost. Then, when the light faded, Officer Hall was
Matt,
gone. The driver,
Tim's,
terrified, sped
sorry,
off
hold
in
on.
panic.
What are you saying?
Can you get rid of Tim's comment there? It's just kind of blocking the.
Sure. Oh, geez. I'm so sorry, guys.
No worries.
Let me know, bro. I'll pay attention from that.
No worries. That's what I'm here to help you.
Dash cam footage showed it all. The stop, the light, the sudden disappearance. From that moment on, Officer Hall was never convinced that visibility was lost. Then, sir.
Yeah, I'll redo it since.
Back in 2016, Officer Joe Hall pulled over a driver for an unsafe lane change. Standard procedure until the strange part began. As he asked for license and registration, a blinding white light engulfed the area. It was so intense that visibility was lost. Then, when the light faded, Officer Hall was gone. The driver, terrified, sped off in panic. Dash cam footage showed it all. The stop, the light, the sudden disappearance. From that moment on, Officer Hall was never seen again, leaving only questions about where or what had taken him. Vanishing child. During a routine patrol in a cemetery, an officer noticed something odd. A child standing silently among the gravestones. He called out, but the figure didn't react. It just stood there, completely still. As he got closer, the child suddenly darted away, weaving between the headstones. The officer chased after him, but within seconds, the figure faded into the dark like smoke. Hours of searching turned up nothing. No child was ever reported missing.
Yeah.
Right, we can't hear you. What are you saying?
I was saying I think that's a legitimate person, but it's just creepy having a child out at night.
Oh, for sure. And, I wanted to let a few play before we commented on them. So, guys,
Sorry, man. I'm doing some.
No, don't apologize. If you want to say something, let me know and I'll pause it.
Yeah, no worries.
Leaving everyone wondering if he saw that night was even human.
Kid! Holy God.
Toll booth creature. One night, a toll booth camera captured a scene straight out of a nightmare. A car pulled up to pay, but the driver's seat was empty. The confused guard stepped closer and froze. Something was crouched on the roof. Though the footage was grainy, its long limbs and twitching movements stood out. Whatever it wasn't human. The guard backed away, shaken. Moments later, the car rolled forward without a driver, and the creature on top vanished into the night. No one has been able to explain what the camera captured that evening. Attic incident. In a small Polish village, police were called to help with a disturbing situation. A woman named Kamilka had locked herself in the attic, screaming and growling in a voice that unsettled everyone. Neighbors claimed her behavior changed after she returned from a remote forest shrine. That night, her outbursts grew so violent that even paramedics hesitated to approach her. The recording ends abruptly, but reports later stated she was sedated and taken to a hospital. What happened afterward remains unclear. Whether she was treated medically or by other means, no one knows. Haunted house call.
Excuse me. I'm surprised those guys in Poland didn't actually shoot her.
Right? Start unleashing,
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play 3 more guys, and then we'll go over which ones you remember, obviously, that made the mark on you and you think are real, because there's a few of those I don't buy at all.
New England Dirt Roadie. No, these are clips that are submitted to Matt, Planet 412. Who brought these in?
Kat actually sent these, K-A-T.
Okay.
This is an episode.
Began as a casual gathering for a small group of friends turned unsettling when objects began moving on their own. Alarmed, they called the police. Officers checked the home carefully, trying to calm the group. But the strange activity didn't stop. A heavy object toppled from a shelf right in front of them, yet no one was near it. Despite the strange atmosphere, the search showed nothing unusual. No intruders, no break-in. The officers eventually left, but the residents remained uneasy. Many now believe the house carries something cursed within its walls. Hospital entities. Inside a Denver hospital, surveillance footage caught a guard doing something unusual during his nightly patrol. He paused near the waiting area, speaking as if someone sat in the chairs, but the seats were empty. As he walked down the hallway, balloons floated behind him, following his steps. He even turned back and spoke again, addressing thin air. Later, while reviewing the footage, he realized that he had been holding conversations with no one visible. The unsettling question remains who or what he had been talking to. Vanishing companion. One night, a watchman insisted he was helping an elderly woman find her way around the building, but the security footage told another story. He was speaking to no one at all. He gestured, nodded, and acted as though someone stood right in front of him. Minutes later, a colleague radioed him, and his demeanor changed instantly. He rushed to the elevator, but at the last second bolted for the stairs instead. He never returned that night. His co-workers later said the tape convinced them he hadn't been guiding a person, but something otherworldly. Restless house. On August 13th, 2018, in Frederick, Colorado, the house of Christopher Lee Watts, where his family met a mysterious end, became a site of eerie activity during the police investigation. Officers reported hearing faint giggling from one room. Then their cameras caught a small figure moving along the staircase. They even seemed to have captured the wife Shannon's spirit as well, and heard a voice saying, "This is our home." To many, it seemed the family never truly left. That house still stands, but few dare to go near it. Storage room face. A night security guard was doing rounds in an abandoned building with a flashlight when he came across something that made him abandon his job on the spot. While inspecting a storage room, he noticed a pale face with long, dark hair peering out from behind boxes. It lasted only a second before the figure slipped out of sight. Shaken, he bolted from the building and resigned that very night. Theories spread, with some saying it was a ghost. Others believed he had stumbled upon something that could shift its form. To this day, he refuses to speak of it in detail. Seattle protest stunt. On May 5th, 2021, a viral video from Seattle showed a woman wandering the streets, her face ghostly pale with darkened eyes and lips. Her appearance was so unsettling that police quickly approached her, trying to understand what was wrong. She only screamed while walking away, forcing officers and paramedics to restrain her. Rumors quickly swirled online about a real zombie woman, but soon the truth surfaced. She and her disturbing look was elaborate makeup for a political protest against vaccines. Eerie passenger. 2 officers pulled over a lone woman deep in the woods late at night. It was already a tense scene.
Sheriff Landon, can you tell me what's going on?
So, no,
all right?
I'm feeling good, yeah. Thank you, though.
Okay.
And then she behaved oddly, far from the usual intoxicated person.
You got 9 beers?
9 beers and...
Or 2
19.
I need you to follow my finger with just your eye.
At one point, her eyes moved in opposite directions. Tests found no substances. Even stranger, she spoke a number before the device showed it.
1.6. 5.
When they ran her ID, it listed her as having passed away 3 years earlier.
This chick's supposed to be dead. What does that mean? I don't know. The system says she died 3 years
Hey,
ago.
guys!
The clip left viewers shaken. Was someone imitating a human, or was something else sitting in that car? Most who saw it felt it wasn't normal. What is your take on it? Let me know in the comments.
That was wild.
Polly Lookout Tale.
Looked fake though.
Officer, telling of a story her partner told her of a ghostly encounter at the Polly Lookout.
A Honolulu corporal shared a rookie's jaw-dropping run-in at Polly Lookout from 2018. While locking the gates late one night, the officer noticed a woman in a white dress and went to check. In a blink, the same woman appeared in her back seat. An impossible jump that made the rookie realize she wasn't dealing with a living person.
Oh, what are you doing out here, Auntie?
She stayed calm, kept her distance, and eventually the woman faded away. The officer walked away shaken, sure she'd encountered something beyond ordinary. Smoky shadow. From an apartment window, a man watched the building's night guard walking his beat, and something seemed to follow him. It looked like a faint, humanoid shadow trailing close behind, too indistinct to make out features. The guard glanced over his shoulder once, and in that instant, the smoky shape dissolved. The person filming felt certain the guard had a dark presence attached to him. Online, people argued whether it was one of the shadowy entities some claim haunt the edges of our view, or just a trick of light and angle. Ohio encounter. Neighbors in Ohio called police about unusual noises inside a home. An officer entered, sweeping his light through the empty rooms. That's when faint crying was heard down the hallway. He followed it, only to sense someone right behind him. Turning quickly, he caught sight of a figure that vanished on the spot. Moments later, deeper inside, he came face to face with a ghostly woman with long hair covering her face. He ordered her to the ground.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now!
But before backup could reach him, something terrifying unfolded. By the time other units arrived, the situation had gone far beyond control. Clown creepers.
All right, so let me come back for a second. So we've played obviously a bunch, but I want all of you guys to point out ones that really stuck with you. Maybe if some of them, grabbed you and you thought they had a possibility of being written out. There was a lot of stinkers there. I for sure believe that, that one, the cop thing, it would have been cool if it was legit, but you could tell that was staged. The lady that was the ghost, but a great story, man. That would have been awesome if it was like, they had a real, cop cam running and all that. But what do you think, Rye, out of all the ones we just watched that grabbed you?
Well, the Chris Watts one was the most legitimate one, in my opinion. That's the one where he murdered his wife and his 2 little girls.
Oh yeah,
and it was like to be with another girl. Like the mentality of people with doing things like that, and it's like, you ever hear of divorce? I don't know.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, and those videos, I've seen that before where they caught like they caught images of something in that house. You know, whether it was the ghosts of the family or could have been not some demonic kind of thing in that house as well, which was attached to him. You know, it could be
Right.
masquerading as children for our own eyes. And that's the thing is what we're seeing. Don't trust your eyes. Never ever trust your eyes, more or less, because you know you're going to be showing things that maybe that aren't really legitimately what's there. It could be something else, completely different as well.
For sure. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Who else wants to comment on some of these videos? Do you guys like this string of stuff that's on here? Or do you guys want me to switch on to something else? I can.
Well, there was a lot in that one.
Right.
Yeah. At New England, do you say the clip of the thing coming down the stairs? Is that the guy hearing the running? Like, I often wonder how many of these are actually staged just to get the views. You know, it's like, okay, I got my camera out now, and let's do this. But that being said, when that security guard did earlier, when you heard like "get out," okay, that seemed quite real.
Well, there's one, and I'll play it right now, and we'll look for it while you're talking. After, if you could take over.
Yep.
There's one that I've shown on here numerous times that I believe it's 100% authentic. Everybody online has said it is. So I will be right back while I look right.
All right. Yeah. So everybody's saying, Matt, keep playing the clips.
Okay, then I shall.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, the clown.
Before
creatures.
dawn on July 10th, 2016, Menasha police responded to reports of people in clown masks chasing cars along Appleton and Midway roads. Officers found 2 men dressed as clowns and arrested them.
Guys, make sure to keep your hand where we can see them, all right?
The situation took another turn when police learned one of the men had left a 4-year-old child home alone while out with a mask and mayhem. He faced child neglect charges. The other man was not charged. Locals were left asking whether it had been a prank or something more reckless and disturbing.
Why don't you guys come up to this barrier right here? Go ahead and put your butts against it.
Laundromat smile. This viral clip shows officers responding to a woman at a laundromat whose behavior made bystanders uneasy. Witnesses thought she might be under an influence, but her actions felt oddly deliberate. She wouldn't answer her name and made slow, purposeful gestures.
You okay? What's your name?
When officers took her into custody, there was no struggle. In the back of the patrol car, she offered a slow, unsettling smile. The footage left many viewers torn between a medical explanation and a demonic possession, but no clear answer ever surfaced. Hotel Room 209. The incident comes from the Wingate Hotel in Illinois. On September 14th, 2003, an employee named Amy Miller reported chilling screams coming from the vacant room 209.
Oh, this
Security guard John went inside to check, but at the very same moment, surveillance cameras captured something unusual, a translucent white shape drifting out of the doorway. Its outline resembled a person, hinting it could have been a ghost. Inside, John described the scene as wrecked, furniture moved, and even the carpet torn apart. He radioed Amy, insisting they should contact the police. But the strange part was that the footage never shows whether that call was ever made or not.
Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind.
So that one, I'm sure many of you have seen before. It is one of the most famous clips ever. And it is legit. I have no doubt that thing is real. So I just wanted to comment on that real quick.
Screaming neighbor. In Brazil, a family frantically called the police after hearing chilling screams from their neighbor's house. Officers rushed in, expecting a violent crime, but instead found a young woman in a disturbing state. She screamed with a voice that sounded inhuman.
No mames.
Believing she was under the influence, they arrested her. Later tests showed no substances in her system. Investigators searched her home and uncovered ritualistic items that hinted at something darker. The family believed she had been involved in cult activities, ones that left her trapped in that terrifying condition. Haunting police station. One late shift inside a police station turned into one of the most unsettling clips online. Security cameras show a handful of officers talking casually, when suddenly, the front door blew open with tremendous force. The slam was so loud and violent that every single officer jumped up, staring toward the entrance. Yet, no one came in. No figure, no footsteps. Not even a breeze explained it. Afterward, the officers admitted the event shook them, with many believing a ghost was responsible. Watching the video, it's difficult not to share the same chilling thought. Driverless car. After tracing a stolen vehicle, Officer Colin Mercer finally managed to pull it over. Expecting to confront the thief, he opened the door only to discover the driver's seat was empty.
Somebody's in the car. I swear to God, I saw somebody in the car.
Even stranger, the radio inside was still playing, but no one could have switched it on.
This is some spooky shit right here.
Shaken, Mercer stepped back from the car. That's when he caught sight of something through the glass. What appeared to be a hand, except it had just 3 long fingers. The encounter rattled him so much that Mercer later asked to be transferred off the case entirely. Paraguay creature. In Paraguay, an officer responded to what was reported as a burglary, but once on scene, it was clear this was not an ordinary intruder. Instead, inside the building was a bizarre creature, able to climb across flat walls and surfaces with unnatural ease. The officer managed to bring it down with his equipment, and the recording cut off there. Later, he confessed he'd never seen anything like it in his career, describing it as almost supernatural. But what happened afterward remains unanswered. He never revealed what authorities did with the creature, leading many to think the truth may have been kept hidden. Lake legs.
Almost supernatural? You think that is almost?
That's a good way of saying it was supernatural, but I don't want to get kicked off the
fired,
something like that. Yeah,
yeah. Get a psych,
evaluation.
A psych eval. Yeah, for sure. All right.
A night guard got word from the CCTV team. Someone suspicious had been spotted outside the company grounds. He went out to check, but the area looked deserted. Still, he leaned over a wall to take a closer look and instantly pulled back, crouching low, as if hiding. The cameras soon revealed why. A pale, ghostly set of legs bolted across the property line. No torso, no head, just legs. Even stranger, they seemed to come straight out of the nearby lake. And seriously, who runs out of a lake at 3 a.m. without the rest of their body? Crash window.
That was interesting.
That was actually really interesting. In fact, I'm going to replay that one if you guys don't mind. Yeah.
He leaned over a wall to take a closer look. Confessed he'd what he did with the creature, leading many to think the truth may have been kept hidden.
Paranormal.
Lake legs. A night guard got word from the CCTV team. Someone suspicious had been spotted outside the company grounds. He went out to check, but the area looked deserted. Still, he leaned over a wall to take a closer look and instantly pulled back, crouching low, as if hiding. The cameras soon revealed why. A pale, ghostly set of legs bolted across the property line. No torso, no head, just legs. Even stranger, they seemed to come straight out of the nearby.
And you know what? If you guys look at it as it's walking across, it's like these wispy smoke-like kind of like.
I see a long dress, like a long dress with a slit on it. Actually,
do you?
Yeah, but that's my own personal take on that. But that being said, there's something there. There's something there
for sure. I'm going to look for this dress, and then we'll let it play after this, guys.
check, but the area looked deserted. Still, he leaned over a wall to take a closer look and instantly pulled back, crouching low, as if hiding. The cameras soon revealed why. A pale, ghostly set of legs bolted across the property line. No torso, no head, just legs. Even stranger, they seemed to come straight out of the nearby lake. And seriously, who runs out of a lake at 3 a.m. without the rest of their body? Crash window. Reporter Marcos Ribeiro was covering a crash where two cars had collided while police examined the wreckage. The victims had already been rushed to the hospital, and one hadn't made it. But during the live report, viewers caught something eerie. In the background, a face appeared in the car window. Its pale, ghost-like features stood out clearly. Neither the cops nor the reporter noticed anything in real time. Only after the footage aired did people spot the strange face. Many were convinced it was the lingering spirit of the person who had lost their life inside that very car. Headless flesh. On a late shift, an officer patrolled an old hospital wing that had been shut down for renovations. He thought the place was empty, until something odd happened. A dustbin lid began rattling and shifting by itself. While he focused on it, he barely caught sight of a shadowy figure darting down the hall. It disappeared behind a wall in seconds. Later, on video review, he saw it clearly. The figure had no head at all. Some believed it was a patient's spirit still wandering the halls of a place they once knew. Whatever it was, most agreed this wasn't just a trick of light. Smoky apparition.
I'm gonna put that one back again because I was really staring hard at that one.
You know, it reminded me of like in what is that in Modern Warfare or Call of Duty? You have to try hiding in plain sight, and you have to dress up as something or like hide something. That's what I get. This
I agree. It looks like there's a box on it.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's got a box over his body.
Metal Gear Solid, he had a cardboard box on himself.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody thought anything strange. There's just this out of place cardboard box inside of a highly sealed evil lair.
Yeah.
Odd happened. A dustbin lid began rattling and shifting by itself. While he focused on it, he barely caught sight of a shadowy figure darting down the hall. It disappeared behind a wall in seconds. Later, on video review, he saw it clearly. The figure had no head at all. Some believed it was a patient's spirit still wandering the halls of a place they once knew. Whatever it was, most agreed this wasn't just a trick of light. Smoky apparition.
Yeah,
in Guadalajara, Mexico, officers were scanning.
What'd you say, Rye?
We watched this one. I brought this one up last time.
Okay.
CCTV footage when something unusual appeared. The camera had picked up a smoky mass forming on screen, but what made it unsettling was its shape, clearly resembling a person. The eerie silhouette drifted forward, moved directly toward the lens, and then hovered above the camera as though watching. Moments later, it completely vanished. None of the officers could make sense of it. Was it just a strange glitch or some form of paranormal activity? Viewers debated, but many were convinced it was something far more sinister.
You know what? That thing looked like some strange shaped, like ghostly person, and then all of a sudden it looks like a bird. It turned into a bird or something.
Like a bird of prey or an owl.
Yeah.
Like that,
wow, that's wild, man. I never saw it that good before, but
none of the officers could make sense of it. Was it just a...
Yeah, like, ooh, look at the legs. They're like almost morphing from like human-like legs into bird.
Strange.
Exactly.
There's the claw. The claw and I mean, it's 100% just a bird. Now, what if it was
strange glitch or some form of paranormal activity? Viewers debated, but many were convinced it was something far more sinister. Eerie entity. A security guard was driving home after finishing his late shift when something strange caught his eye. On the empty road ahead, a small shape moved. At first, he thought it was a stray dog, but as his headlights hit it, the sight froze him in his seat. The thing had a face, almost human, but twisted and wrong, like it was caught mid-change. Some argued it was only shadows creating an illusion. Others insisted it was a Wendigo-like being shifting between forms. The guard filmed what he saw, and that clip spread fast online. To this day, he swears it wasn't a trick of his mind. Downtown
hold on,
Giant.
guys. I want to real quick say hi to Taz. Tazariah, my man. How are you, sir? Good to see you pop in. He's one of my partners in crime as well from Hellier, Kentucky. Me and Taz had something insane happen to the two of us, but you're gonna have to wait to find out. It'll drive you guys crazy. Good to see you, Taz.
It involves talk of alien sightings at Bayside Marketplace.
Chaos broke out in downtown Miami when officers rushed into a busy shopping zone. Official reports blamed a group of teenagers for lighting fireworks and stirring up disorder. But in the days that followed, a stranger explanation spread that the police weren't chasing kids at all, but a massive alien presence. It sounded impossible until a video surfaced showing a tall figure with an inhuman outline. When pressed, Officer Michael Vega denied that anything unusual had happened. Yet, many insist the strange shape proves there's more to the story than the police are willing to share. Distorted shadow. During an overnight shift, a guard stared at his CCTV screen and saw something rush across the road. It wasn't an animal, and it didn't move like a person either. The shape flickered in and out of sight, like reality itself couldn't decide if it should exist there. From the footage, it seemed to have a head and front limbs, but nothing about its body looked right. The guard hesitated, torn between calling it a glitch or admitting he'd seen something unexplainable. Either way, the figure left him shaken long after it disappeared. Creature with hooves.
Yeah. That was
In Mexico, a night patrol turned eerie when a guard went to check on reports of a trespasser. From a distance, the figure looked normal enough until neighbors noticed the way it walked. Its steps weren't right, and when the footage was reviewed, the legs ended not in feet, but hooves. The guard replayed it again and again. The limbs were thin, unnatural. Maybe someone was dressed up, he thought, but the movement didn't feel staged. The silence around the scene only added to the fear that whatever it wasn't human at all. Disappearing entity.
And hold on, I just wanted to mention, because Taz, I was thinking the same thing. Taz had mentioned that one is a camera glitch. You can tell with these, these Ring doorbells and the less expensive they get, the easier it is for those things to kind of glitch out and do things. They have that kind of look. So I agree. And then you have some of them real quick. That you see like, oh my God, that person disappeared. No, they just got out of the range of the camera. So I agree.
A partially built home in Mexico became the site of an unnerving encounter in 2019. Thinking someone had broken inside, the owner called for police backup. But when the officer arrived, it wasn't a thief standing there. It was a shadowy figure cloaked in black. Its face looked twisted, and its eyes appeared to glow faintly in the dark. The officer stayed back, recording instead of rushing in. He requested support, but before reinforcements made it to the site, the strange figure dissolved into thin air and was gone without a trace.
I'm sorry, that was pathetic. I mean, come on, right?
There's someone there. There's someone there. There's something there, but I think it's a person in it.
100% that was a person. Come on. I will always call out the ones that need to.
Shadow chase. This clip is from a high-speed police chase in Brazil, but viewers didn't fixate on the crash itself. In the background, something odd streaked across the road at impossible speed and went right through a parked police car. The officers on scene never seemed to notice it, but people online were stunned. Some suggested it was the spirit of someone linked to the chase. Others argued it was a superhuman figure fleeing the law. If that were true, what chance would officers have? Then again, a few think the whole thing was staged. Which side do you fall on? Unknown figure. No one can agree on what a police CCTV in Trstenik, Serbia actually caught. While officers reviewed routine footage, a pale, misty shape appeared in a restricted corridor where no one should be. It moved across the hallway and vanished, so they dismissed it at first. But the same smear of white returned a short time later. It wasn't a clear outline, yet its motions were sharp and deliberate. The team replayed the clip over and over, and still came up blank. So, what do you think? A camera fault or something else?
That
Silent call.
That definitely looked like a camera glitch to me,
You think
especially
so?
the way it moved back and forth.
Okay.
Do you think? What do you think?
It looked kind of legit to me, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, we can absolutely disagree, but you know, my where'd it go? I hope I didn't just fast forward through it. I think I did. We weren't that far, I don't think. Yeah, there it is. See, so where it grabs me real quick is just it seems like someone's literally moving like a piece of equipment, causing it to like seem like it's you'll see it towards the end, it does that. And I wanted to just pause, turn off the sound. Because it ends up like on the left, like on the wall, almost like somebody moved it. Let's see. I swear, this one part of it I saw. Right there. It seems, see right there, it seems like it's on the wall almost. I don't know. What do you, definitely could, possibly, always.
I don't know. But I don't know, yeah.
Silent call.
911 call in Pueblo from a funeral home and cemetery.
On August 11th, 2018, police got a strange 911 call from Imperial Memorial Gardens, the funeral home and cemetery in Pueblo, Colorado. The line went dead mid-call, and when officers called back, only static answered.
Hello?
If you listen closely, you can almost hear someone trying to call for help.
Hello?
When an officer went to check the grounds, the property was locked up tight and empty. No one was there, and that left investigators with a lot of uneasy questions about who or what could have made that call.
Hello?
Tony shudders.
Is the Honolulu Police Department's training academy in Waipahu haunted? Well, some say it is.
This isn't raw footage, but a reenactment of what night guard Tony says he lived through at the Honolulu Police Department Training Academy in Waipahu. One night while on duty, he heard loud noises loud enough that even the police dogs were barking. Those sounds led him to the SWAT house, where wooden shutters were moving on their own. Whenever he stepped closer, the shutters would stop. A few nights later, he saw an old woman in white. She vanished when he approached, then reappeared with an angry expression. It was too much for him, and he ran. After that, other officers also reported strange encounters at the academy. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss.
So, thank you to Kat for sharing that. Let me see. Stop screen share, and I know you're going to say that it's still got me because it hasn't shown up yet.
It's off. Yeah,
it does. I'm good. Oh, there it is. I wish it would show it to me right away. There's like a 7-second delay where it looks like I'm on screen to me.
For sure.
So what did you guys think? You know what? I wrote in the chat there that I actually running that back the second time around with the one I said it seemed like, maybe it was fake. It looked better to me. So I'm glad I ran it back because it did kind of come through the wall there. And the first time I watched it, it looked like almost like
we don't know. in the end, we don't know. Like, I know a bunch of them look like AI junk or staged. That one for me looks more legit than than anything. Like the running legs as well that we saw earlier too.
Yeah.
That looked legit.
Oh, 100%. I think that's legit. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm going to real quick here look up. I have some other ones from some of our peeps. So let's see who else has shared some. I think Mary Carlisle sent something, and I want to definitely
not to be a party pooper, but I am starting to
to
fall,
dip out.
To dip out. Yes.
Like I said before, brother, when you are ready to leave, you are free. We can definitely keep the home fires burning.
If anybody knows me, like the 2-hour mark, I start to be like,
no problem.
But let's see how much more we got.
Mary Carlisle sent 3 short videos, so I'm gonna pause this real quick, and then I will bring it back to you guys here for a sec and share it. So thank you, Mary. I knew when I saw earlier there was messages. I'm really behind on my messages in Messenger because I was out of town. I didn't check them. All right, here we go.
That's not human.
That's not human!
Oh,
sir, are you okay, sir?
One of the creepiest 911 calls you've ever heard. The location was North Carolina, in Moores Creek National Battlefield. There is a documented history of strange beings, cryptids, and paranormal activity tied to Moores Creek National Battlefield. Shadowy soldiers, eerie whispers, and battlefield apparitions. Encounters like skinwalkers, dogman-like entities, and humanoid creatures. So, what you're going to see now is the sheriff reporting on this audio. Listen to this, watch this, it's absolutely mental.
It is very hard to listen to that call, to that 911 tape, without becoming somewhat unnerved. It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it.
Tender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road.
You saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed lights for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway. Wow. Where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Let's have a little look to see what this guy says about what he saw.
I guess I'll start from the beginning of the trip. I was coming up from Florida to visit my family. When I was driving up here to where the incident occurred by the battlefield, it was already easily well into the morning, pitch black outside, and I had my window down because the AC wasn't working the best. And as I was coming around, there's a massive right curve right there before you cross the Black River, and then after that you have the battlefield. And I was about a third of the way through it, and I look over into the ditch on my right because I caught a quick glimpse of something, and as I take a further look, it looks like there's I'd say probably a 30-something-year-old man standing in that ditch wearing what looks like an old Civil War uniform, just covered head to toe.
Right, so it is the spirits that people claim to have seen.
That threw me off because I didn't expect to see it at like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Calling 911 after I see him to report that, because for all I know, it could have just been a normal guy that was injured and needed needed emergency help, and try to find somewhere safe to park so that way I can take them to him. All of a sudden, I heard a massive bang on my truck, and my truck bounced down from the rear, like I was pulling a heavy trailer and I hit a pothole.
Wow.
And I looked in my rearview mirror, and all I saw was this white, like snow white face right up against my rear windshield.
Oh,
like it was looking into my truck, trying to see what it could see. It had sunken eyes, had no nose. Just think if you took skin and put it on a human skull and stretched it thin.
Oh, mate.
And I slammed on those brakes with all my might, and I went from like 80 miles an hour down to like 35 in just like a couple of seconds. And all I see is this super scrawny long body just fly over my truck in a ball rolling.
Oh.
I then swerve to the left and get back in the travel lane, and I floor it. And as I'm swerving to the left, I see it stand up, and it is easily taller than that truck. This thing was easily like maybe 7 feet. It looked like somebody took a normal human and stretched them out, starting with the limbs.
Hang on a second. 7 foot tall, white, and skinny. I have seen hundreds of these things at night in the woods, in the rural areas around Memphis. They are tall humanoid creatures with blacked out eyes, and they move slowly in a strange jerky movements. Oh, God.
Just took off into the woods. I just said, nope, I'm out of here. I'm not staying to figure out what this is. There's a gas station all the way at the corner where the highway intersects. And I pulled into that gas station, and I just stopped in that parking lot and waited like 10, 15 minutes for state troopers to show up. They proceed to look at my truck, look in the bed of the truck, look on top of the cab. And on top of the cab, clear as day, you can see like it was scratching trying to get into my truck.
Really? What were the reaction of the law enforcement officers that showed up?
The law enforcement officers, when they showed up, they were skeptical, although now they might not be as much. But at the time, the troopers especially, but I know one of them was, hey, can you go back and show us? Because I do not want to go back at all.
I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you.
I still refuse to drive through that area at night because
it's freaky deaky.
I don't know what I saw. I don't ever want to see it again.
That's not human! That's not human!
So that was a really good one. I've seen that one before. We've played it actually here quite a few times. And every time I see it, I believe it.
I do too. I would have liked to seen the truck. I would say
Yeah.
that. But other than that, yeah, that's crazy.
Really good one. Thank you, Mary. I am going to also play another one here from her. Am I still sharing that on the screen?
No, it's your dead screen kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't even stop sharing it, so I don't know why it did that, but whatever. Yeah, these have been good ones, man. So Mary does a really good job. I have to be honest. She really checks these videos out before she sends them. She's a good sleuth. All right, here's the next one, guys. I'm gonna, since I have to, share it all over. Is that the same one? It looks like the same. Let me make sure. Hold on, guys. Oh no, this is different. This is from somebody else, though, touching on that story. So I think I see this kid quite often. I forget what the name of his channel is, but I like him. He's okay. All right.
Henry County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
This is the original frantic 911 call from a gentleman who was driving on Highway 210 in North Carolina when he encountered something that he said, quote, was not human. Take a listen.
Tender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road? What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed lights for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
So how this kid described this creature in an interview with the reporter is, imagine if you took skin and stretched it over a human skull, just a human skull, meaning that the thing had no nose. He said the eyes were deep and sunken in and black, and the thing was very pale. It was white, almost white as a ghost. He also said it was wearing a Civil War soldier's uniform. Comment soldier if you want me to post some of the interview.
All right, so there it is again.
Yeah,
obviously. So let me see here. I'm not going to stop sharing this. I'm going to go right to the last one here. They're always muted for some reason. Oh, these guys usually have good stuff.
Yeah.
You've done a film on the DogMan, right?
Yeah. The story is that this kid, 15 years old, going coon hunting in the Kentucky Daniel Boone National Forest. He was with his grandfather. His grandfather was so old that he couldn't get out of the truck to go hunting with him. They had radios. They let the dogs go. They had 2 hunting dogs, Jake and Bo. Jake was the older dog, and then Bo was a new dog that Jake was training. The dogs take off. They have a scent, and he's tracking. And you can hear there's these coyotes coming in, and they start fighting his dogs. And Bo, the younger dog, he said you could hear Bo yep and then run away. So he's trying to get there, and all of a sudden he hears Jake come back, and the fight changes. These coyotes run off. He arrives on the scene. He pats Jake on the head, and Bo, he's on the other side of the tree. And so he hears Bo on the other side, and it sounds like he's eating a coyote. And when he comes around the tree, he realizes that Bo never came back. And what he was looking at was a dog that was so big that it was holding a coyote by this rib cage in its mouth. It was on all 4, and this dog sees him, and it stops chewing down on the coyote, and it stares at him. And then it did something that he didn't expect. It stood up on its hind legs. And then the dog took a step forward towards him, but he took off running. This thing took chase. Jake, his veteran dog, interfered. He said that this thing grabbed Jake and just hurled it through the woods, and you could hear Jake's body just crashing through trees. And he's like, my dog is done. He's running, and he trips over like a log or something, and he finds himself on his backside facing this thing. And then out of nowhere, his dog again comes in and broadsides this thing and just viciously starts going after it. And he gets up up and he starts running. He seriously hears this thing just tearing his dog to pieces.
Oh my God.
Like he can just hear it just ripping his dog apart. He's calling for Jake. Come on, Jake, come on. Jake's not coming. He runs to the truck where his grandfather is. And his grandfather's like, what's going on? And he's like, just go, just go. He's telling his grandfather what happened. They get out of the woods. His grandfather said to him, listen, if you're going to hunt these woods, you have to understand there are things about this woods that are not normal. And if you can't come to grips with that, you shouldn't be hunting these woods.
Tell him now?
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
You've done a film on the Dogman, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The story
so
is that
was
this kid,
the
15
last one from Mary Carlisle.
I've listened to that one. I say that story, because I listened to it in its entirety.
Oops, sorry, Ryan.
That one I listened to in its entirety a couple of times. That rivals your story in like the most extreme Dogman story I've ever heard.
For sure.
His dog Jake survived.
Yeah, yes. I was waiting for that to come up, and
I was like, because he's like, no, we're putting out, and they put out like his jacket or something. They put it out,
yes.
but they ended up finding him like days later in rough shape. Like I think he was missing his ear or something.
Yeah.
It was
Didn't
gone.
they even show a picture of him or something? I
Can't remember. So like I didn't see
the
the
most
picture.
important part. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was intense. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised they didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, the dog survived. They should have had them part of it, because that's an important part. The other dog, because there was two dogs. There was the old time one, and then there was the young one. The young one, it's gone. I think
jetted. He ran.
I think it was killed.
No, it ran.
Well, it ran, but they never got it back though.
Oh, really? I thought
I was pretty sure they never got that one back, and it was just the old boy. They got the old boy back.
I could have swore. I could be wrong. I could have swore that they found the young one, and they even thought it was him.
Okay,
and like it showed up or something, and they were hoping that Jack was with him, and then he wasn't. I could be wrong though, but yeah, the most important part for two dog owners were like, oh, the dog lived. Talk about it.
Yeah, terrifying. I think he did that show on it, right? He did a whole show on that one, or he's going to. He's doing a lot more work with that one. Tony is, but I know he's got a lot on his table right now with his wife.
God, and I want to put out some, love to her. Tony was really, really cool and good with me when he interviewed me and everything. And, in fact, I spoke to his wife. Like, she's the one that, that contacts people first about coming on the show. And, I just want to send out all the love and hope for her that everything goes well and she can fight that and beat it.
Hopefully that all works out. Hopefully it all works out. Speaking of working out, though, I think it's time for me to head out. I don't know. Are you done for the night? Or you got more?
We are actually, it's midnight. Actually, I didn't realize what time it is. I think with that, we're going to end right here, guys.
All right. Okay.
So,
I'll ride it out. I'll ride it out here to the end.
You know why? I mean, not only are you beaten, tired, BJ, after everything she's been through with her family, and she was up all night in the hospital, and this poor thing. Listen to this, what she used. First of all, she was trying to sleep in a chair. She's got her dog on her lap, and I think she might have put her on the bed once in a while, but she used one of those Sharps containers on the wall, like that's how high up she was, as her like headrest for her pillow.
Oh, jeez.
So BJ needs to go, and Ryan needs to go, and Josie, she's sick. So yes, we're going to end right here, everybody. Jack, I sent you a text.
Unacknowledged and unknown just showed up as well.
What happened?
No, I'm just saying someone just showed up, unacknowledged and unknown.
Well, you know what then? You know what? Let's do this. Rye, you can head off and get some rest.
Yeah.
EJ, I want you to go get some rest. And Josie, you can get some rest. And Kel can hold it down for us. She's probably like, oh. And I'm going to play a few more because we had some people come in.
Jack is saying, Jake survived, but he was in poor shape. Said his neighbor thought it was the red dog because of the blood. They got both dogs back. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
cool,
knew
cool.
I remembered that. Yeah. Okay. So I guess they're
Great
telling me
story.
they're not leaving. So, Rye, are you gonna take off, brother?
I am done for the evening. Thanks for having me on, Matt. Thanks
It's
for
an
everyone
honor.
for coming out. It was good. It was really good.
I had a great time, man. I always enjoy when you're here. Everybody, make sure that you go over to Codegas uh, and Rye's channel there, please.
Yeah.
Codegas Codex of Curiosities, Rye Voss. Subscribe, like, and smash that notification bell, guys. Make sure.
Yeah, and Canuck just made her way over there, I think today, and she watched a couple of the videos. So thanks, Canuck. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Awesome.
And Jack, yeah, Jack and I are getting together here soon too, as well. So good to see you. Good to see everyone. Carol, Kel, unacknowledged and unknown. Good to see you. He's a first timer. So everybody, Canuck, Josie, BJ, Tim, Carol, Crystal, everyone. Good night.
Good night, brother. Thanks for coming.
And I wanted to do
And he's gone. So, what we shall do is I will um, stop sharing that last one. And unknown, and who else is here? Unknown and unacknowledged. Welcome, guys. I am staying on for you and everybody else. We just lost like 15 people. They ran out. They're like, okay, see ya, bye. So let me. I don't want to show anybody's personal messages here, and I'm going to share some more stuff. Thanks again, Mary. I really appreciate you. Let's see. I think Joan sent something. No, she didn't. Oh, I need to restore it. Okay, I think BJ also sent something else. Let me check hers. So, what do you guys think? Did you enjoy the majority of these things that we've been showing tonight? The one longer show, I have to admit, there was quite a few, as I call them, stinkers on there. That's me being nice. Let's see. BJ share. Let's see what this is, and I'll share this with you guys. Oh, I've seen this before, BJ. This is good. I wish we could tell all those people that left that we're still on. They'll figure it out. All right. Finish the last thing to add, and I will go. I'm going to let it play again, guys, because I wanted to get another look at that big door. What do you think's behind that? I mean, come on. So I just wanted to pause it right there. What do you guys think that possibly is behind it? I mean, it is so obvious. There is something going on right there. I'm not seeing anybody comment on this one. I'm surprised. Agreed, unacknowledged, and unknown. I think it is either that or that the UFOs utilize some of these stone doorways that open and close. It could be anything, man. That's just absolutely wild. Let me stop here. I'm going to come back and make sure that does not take me off of the screen. There I am. Guys, give me a sec here. Shows you, that's why, excuse me, that's why I like when I have people co-hosting with me like Taz and Rye, because as I'm looking this up, they can talk. But I got something up here again from Kat. So she always sends in good stuff. Her and I also need to finish our interview. So we will do that very soon, Kat. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves tonight. We're going to have Taz come back here after he takes care of some stuff at home and gets some work out of the way. And here we go.
Camera footage captured at a museum in Russia. The museum was closed for the night, with no visitors or staff members anywhere on the premises. Just empty exhibit rooms filled with historical artifacts and displays, all monitored by standard security camera systems. The timestamp shows 1926, well after closing hours, when the building should be completely deserted. But then something appeared that shouldn't have been there.
Whoa. Wow, I'm sure you guys see that. Wow, very, very interesting. I mean, do you guys see? I'm sure you see. I mean, you've got it looks like a ghost for all intents and purposes, and a all cream kind of white, off-white color. And it looks like somebody looking at the museum's pieces and things like that. I think that's really cool. I definitely think that is. Very, very well can be legit. I see what you say, Josie. We're going to get you one soon. You got to come into the 2025, 2026 era and get a new phone. Let's see here. All right, here you go. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Jack has something to say here. He says, Bronze Snake, for those of you that don't know his name's Jack. Cripes, I almost forgot. I was star watching earlier about 2 hours ago and saw 3 really large, bright lights whizzing across the night sky, all different directions. Dude, that's awesome. Did you get any pics? Now, I know most likely seeing something like that, I always say this. Guys, when you see something absolutely mind-bending and reality-shattering, that's when you don't think about usually a camera or something. Taz and I saw something like that over the weekend, and Taz was really, really affected by it. But I think, you guys got to take that into, yeah, it does sound familiar, BJ, for sure. Very wild. I mean, that's really cool.
In In the grainy security footage, a translucent figure suddenly materializes in one of the exhibit rooms. The apparition appears almost see-through, like a faint outline of a person moving between the display cases and artifacts. The figure seems to walk slowly through the exhibition space, moving with purpose, as if it knows exactly where it's going. What's most remarkable is how clear the apparition appears, not just a shadow or trick of light, but a distinct human-like form. The entity moves for several seconds before fading away. According to the uploader, this footage shows a remarkably clear ghostly manifestation caught on the museum's security system. The timing suggests this spirit only appears when the exhibit rooms are completely empty, almost like it's reclaiming the space during the quiet hours. Many people believe museums can be hotspots for paranormal activity. With so much history and so many artifacts from the past concentrated in one place, perhaps this is the spirit of someone connected to the museum's collection, still wandering the exhibit rooms they once knew in life. Or maybe it's a former curator or visitor, unable to leave behind the place that meant so much to them. But what do you think was captured at this Russian museum in 1926? Was this a genuine spirit making its nightly rounds? Or could there be another explanation for this translucent visitor?
Wow.
Do you have a creepy clip to share? Send your scary footage to our email address, contactmindjunkie@gmail.com, and we might feature it on the channel. Reddit user EMF4 Paranormal recently shared this unsettling clip from a paranormal investigation inside a reportedly haunted school. He and his girlfriend were exploring the building late at night when they decided to conduct a spirit box session inside the old gymnasium. There was no breeze whatsoever and no open doors or windows, and the air was so thick with humidity that condensation was forming on the floor. While filming, his girlfriend suddenly says she feels something touch her hair, but brushes it off, thinking it might just be a bug. But when they got home and reviewed the footage, they saw this.
Sorry. I think that was my hair or something.
A piece of her hair, completely still one moment, suddenly flicks to the side as if something tugged on it. There's no visible cause, and with the humidity that night, static electricity was ruled out. The OP insists this video is unedited and says they've tried to debunk everything, but they just can't explain what happened. So, what could have touched her hair? Possibly something they couldn't see? Trying to make contact? Let me know what you think. TikTok user Sam Rossi uploaded the following clip after breaking down late one night on an infamously haunted road in Indonesia, a road said to be haunted by a penampakan. In Indonesian folklore, penampakan refers to an apparition, often a full-bodied ghost, that appears suddenly, usually at night, and is believed to be the restless spirit of someone who passed away under tragic circumstances. In the spot where Sam's truck broke down, right on a narrow bridge, the very place where locals say multiple tragedies have happened, including one where a young woman reportedly passed away after a late night argument. Aware of these stories, Sam begins filming, hoping to document what's happening and maybe protect himself, just in case. He starts explaining the situation, but then suddenly hears something move on the other side of his truck.
Aku saiki ngomong yo, mambune, moro-moro mambune gak enak lur. Mambu melati campur amis. Sapa iku? Sapa? Si ambu amis lur yo. Tuk, sapa iki? Welut. Welut. Muncul lo. Sopo yo? Wes lur, aku tak budal.
Sam is startled by the sounds of something, and when he checks under his truck to see what's on the other side, a pair of legs can be seen dangling down in mid-air. But when he goes round to check, no one's there. No footsteps, no signs of anyone nearby, just the empty road. Some argue this could be a prank, while others believe what Sam witnessed was a penampakan. So, did Sam capture proof of the Indonesian ghost legend? Or is there another explanation? Let me know what you think. This video was captured by Instagram user Palmy Dillon during what should have been a routine late night drive through the Australian wilderness. But what started...
No, I just have to comment. All of us, I'm sure, are thinking the exact same thing. It seemed cool up until the legs dropped. And they were pretty much, for all intents and purposes, look like probably his little sister.
As a peaceful journey through remote forest roads quickly turned into something straight out of a nightmare. Palmer was driving alone down a gravel road in the middle of nowhere, the kind of isolated path where you wouldn't expect to encounter another soul for miles. But as his headlights cut through the darkness ahead, something made him slam on the brakes. Standing directly in the middle of the road, completely motionless, was something.
This. Seen way too many horror movies for this shit. Oh. You're a psycho, mate.
Illuminated by his car's headlights, a figure stands perfectly still in the road ahead of him.
You're a psycho, mate.
Palmy says, clearly unsettled by this unexpected encounter.
Seen way too many horror movies for this shit.
Palmy says, his voice filled with genuine fear. He's faced with an impossible choice: turn around and drive back the way he came, which is at least a 5 hours drive, or somehow get past this mysterious roadblock. The figure never moves, never reacts to the car's presence. It just stands there like a dark sentinel guarding the forest road. Eventually, Palmy decides he's seen enough and drives around it. But the question remains, what was this figure doing in the middle of a remote Australian road at night? Was it someone playing a prank, a lost traveller in distress, or something far more sinister lurking in the wilderness? And what would you do if you encountered this on a lonely forest road?
Well, I'll tell you what I would do is I would definitely, most likely hit the person if they come towards my car. Don't forget about that gigantic shoulder buffer there. Oh, man, I don't mess with stuff like that. You come up to my car with a weapon, you're probably getting tapped.
The backstory to this next footage is unsettling. For weeks, the uploader had been noticing
Good night, Carol.
Strange behavior from his dog during the night. The animal would wake up in the early hours, staring intensely at the living room doorway, growling at absolutely nothing. At first, he thought it might be sounds from outside, or maybe a small animal in the walls. But the dog's behavior was becoming more aggressive each night, almost like it was protecting the house from something. Concerned, he decides to set up a night vision camera in the living room and left it recording while he slept upstairs. What it captured explains why this dog had been so terrified. The footage starts normally. The dog is calm, eating and playing with a ball, but then something changes. The dog suddenly freezes, staring directly at the doorway. Its ears perk up and it begins growling at something the camera can't see. The dog's agitation escalates quickly until it suddenly lunges towards the camera, knocking it over to the ground. But it's what the camera captures as it falls that has viewers terrified. As the camera hits the ground and tilts up upward, someone or something can be seen standing in the doorway, almost like it had been standing there the entire time, just watching. Now, dogs are known for their incredible ability to sense things humans can't, so the question becomes, was this dog trying to protect its owner from something truly sinister? This next eerie video was captured in a superstore somewhere in Peru, where a late night security patrol took a turn the guard would never forget. Late one night, while working on his final round of his shift, he hears the sounds of footsteps running through the building. Confused, as no one should be in the building at this time, he investigates thoroughly. This is when he notices a little girl standing alone. He asks her what she's doing here and where are her parents. She tells him she's just waiting for her mother, who works here. Even more confused, the security guard tells the little girl to wait there and he'll be right back. He goes to check in the warehouse at the back, as sometimes some of the workers stay later than they should, but no one else has stayed that night. He heads back to the little girl, but when he returns, the little girl is gone. It's like she vanished without a trace. He checks the exit points and all are still locked shut. Thinking he's definitely losing his mind, he goes to check the store security footage with the hopes to figure out where the little girl went. What he discovers, though, sent chills down his spine. In the footage, captured by the superstore's CCTV camera, the guard can be seen interacting with someone, but there's no one else there with him. This clip quickly went viral across Peru, with many convinced the guard wasn't speaking to a lost child, but to the ghost of a little girl still wandering the store at night. But what do you think? Was the security guard helping a child in need, or holding a conversation with something that was never really there? TikTok user @crazyWVwoman says she and her family kept hearing strange noises coming from one of the upstairs rooms in their house. Thing is, no one uses that room. It's just an empty space. So, curious and a little creeped out, they set up a Ring camera to see what might be going on. And later that night, their camera caught this.
That's freaky.
All of a sudden, one of the doors mysteriously opens all on its own, and then, if you look closely, a small dark shape can be seen moving behind the glass. But what is it? The uploader says she doesn't know what this thing is after being questioned by a viewer in the comments. So, the question remains, just what the f*** is that? This next video was uploaded to the internet by Arash Afnan. Prior to this video, his young son had been complaining that one of his dolls had been making noises late at night, and that he often felt like there was someone in the room with him. At first, Arash didn't think much of it, but late one night, the doll began making those same noises. However, It wasn't coming from the boy's room, it was coming from the kitchen, supposedly calling out to Arash's son, who was awoken by it.
That was a freaky
Wanting to
noise.
show his
That sounded
father
like
that
it
his
was in my
stories
house.
are true, he grabs his father's phone while he's asleep and records this.
Bising. Nak tidur pun tak boleh. Hantu punya setan. Mana kau sorok? Kau lapar nasi ke setan? Bisinglah lagi. Ada 2 setan. Duduk diamlah. Apa lagi ni?
A plant pot shakes mysteriously all on its own, but then rattling inside the kitchen cupboard spooks the boy. He opens it up, and the doll, responsible for creeping him out, is in there. Spooked, the boy shuts the cupboard doors, and when he opens them up to check again, the doll has mysteriously vanished, and the rattling continues. When Arash's son showed him the footage, he was stunned. He now believes there is a dark presence connected to the doll, possibly even trying to possess his son. But what do you think is going on here? And just where did the doll go? A young mum uploaded the following creepy video to social media after encountering something truly bizarre. While playing at home with her children, she noticed something out of the corner of her eye, but when she looked, it was just her mirror. However, upon closer inspection, this happened.
My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait, stop.
Harry, my mirror is cracking by itself.
It's cracked by so far. Why is it cracking by itself?
I have no fucking idea.
There's 2 things.
The mirror cracks somehow all on its own, right in front of the family's eyes. The mum had apparently purchased this mirror on Facebook Marketplace for cheap. Thinking she got a bargain, she immediately collected it. But when she picked it up, the seller told her the reason she was selling it was because at night, she would wake up from terrible nightmares, and when she'd look at the mirror, she'd see something she quoted horrifying in the mirror. But the mum who purchased it didn't believe her and just thought the seller was a bit crazy. However, after witnessing this cracking, and even though it's hard to see, saying that this is a face, she now regrets buying the mirror. And I don't know about you, but if this happened right in front of my eyes after hearing what the seller said, I'd throw that mirror out in a heartbeat. This footage was captured during a solemn and respectful military ceremony in Indonesia. A group of cadets or officers had gathered to salute their nation's flag, a moment that demands absolute discipline and focus. Everyone is dressed in crisp white uniforms, standing at attention in perfect formation, but as the ceremony unfolds, something appears among them that shouldn't be there. In the first angle, we can see the group performing their ceremonial duties. Standing among the uniformed cadets is a dark, shadowy figure that clearly doesn't belong. While everyone else is dressed in bright white uniforms, this mysterious presence appears as a dark silhouette. The entity stands motionless among the group, almost like it's participating in the ceremony alongside the living, but this figure wasn't supposed to be there. When we see the footage from a different camera angle, we witness the terrifying effect this presence has on those who sense it.
Jangan terpengaruh, kalian aman. Jangan terpengaruh. Tarik napas panjang, tahan. Tahan. Astagfirullahaladzim, istighfar. Keluar itu. Keluar, sebentar keluar. Keluar. Mati ulang. Tahan. Tutup. Formasi.
From this angle, we can see one of the women suddenly begins crying uncontrollably. She becomes visibly distressed, unable to maintain her composure during this formal military event. The officer tries to calm her down, but she seems genuinely terrified by something she can sense. It becomes clear that she's reacting to the dark figure standing right behind her. Many who witnessed this believe the figure could be the spirit of a former military officer, still reporting for duty even after passing away. Unable to accept that their service has ended, they continue to appear at ceremonies, standing alongside their former comrades. But what makes this encounter so chilling is how the woman seemed to sense this presence before anyone else, almost like the spirit was trying to make contact with her specifically. So, what do you think appeared during this ceremony? Was this the ghost of a fallen officer, still honouring their commitment to serve? Let me know. Tara posted these next creepy clips to her social media. Apparently, Tara says that something paranormal has been following her entire life. As a young child, she'd see shadowy figures standing at the end of her bed at night, hear faint voices calling her name from empty rooms, and sometimes wake up to find her toys moved into strange, unsettling arrangements. Her parents told her it was just her imagination, but Tara always felt like something was watching her, waiting. Then, all of a sudden, the activity stopped for several years.
I'm going to tell you a ghost story. It's a true ghost story. And I believe that whatever it is has followed me.
However, after moving into a new house in the countryside, strange things started happening. Her animals began seeing things around the house. They'd just stare, motionless at the ceiling, as if someone or something she couldn't see was up there. Although, after a few weeks of moving in, Tara and her family began to notice scratches all over the ceiling beneath the attic, one of the exact spots where her dogs and cats would stare at. But as time went on, things got even weirder.
I'm on the phone with my stepdad, and he goes, "Who's there with you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Who's there with you?" I was like, "No one, why?" And he's like, "Who's that guy talking?" I'm like, "I'm here completely alone. What do you mean?" He's like, "There's a man talking, like just as loud as you right now." And I was like, "I don't hear anything." And then he said it stopped.
Whatever it is clearly trying to scare Tara. It began to leave scratches on one of the second floor windows, and at first glance, it sort of looks like they were created on the inside, but if you look closely, they are actually on the outside of the window, and what happens next is even more creepy.
So bad news, there's new scratches. Again, these are on the outside of the windows, and I'm on the second floor. You can tell me what you think it says. Let me get a good angle here. I don't know what it says, but it looks like it's like 4 letters maybe. Again, this is on the outside of the window, you can see. Second floor. But I'll show you, these are definitely on the outside of the window, because I can wipe and wipe and wipe, and they're 100% on the outside. The only other like weird-ish thing to note is I've been hearing like loud noises. Am I
Okay.
That's Jackie. Oh my god, thank God.
You guys, what do you guys think of this one? I haven't asked you anything in a while. I'm going to let this one play out just to let you guys know. Our mods got to get to bed. So, Cal, you and I are going to finish up shop here. We're going to run the rest of this and we'll say goodnight. But don't leave yet, guys.
Oh my god, Jackie! I'm sorry, dude. You just scared the holy out of me.
After showing the scratches on the window, eagle-eyed viewers noticed something behind Tara. But did you notice it? At exactly the same time as Tara mentioning she's been hearing loud noises, one of the cupboard doors behind her moves open, mysteriously all on its own. Tara has been left creeped out by everything that's been happening in her life. She believes something evil is the cause of all of this, and it's only a matter of time until the activity gets worse. What do you think is going on here? Is Tara being haunted by something paranormal?
Hold on one sec, guys. So since people are, a few people are leaving, BJ and Josie both need to go. Josie is sick, very sick, and BJ has been up for a long time and has gotten zero sleep. So you guys get going. But I want to say before they left, this competition that I'm in, guys, I got home to, seeing that I haven't really pushed anything on it and I was in fourth place. But I wanted to let you guys know, I should have said it at the beginning of the stream. I had 2 emails in Planet 412's email box, and they were from 2 of the people that are trying to win against me. And I'm just going to put it as nice as I can. They used I guarantee they're not their true emails, or they're idiots. They sent me beyond ignorant emails. Like, who does this? But they were making fun of me and Planet 412 specifically, saying what losers we all are, that I am in fourth place, or was at the time, because I have all these people who are subscribed to me and I have this big channel. And they even had a backwards compliment. They're like, yeah, you have that big old nice channel, but none of your people support you because you're going to lose this. And what a joke you guys are. Okay. I will leave it at that. We'll see.
If you remember a while ago, I featured a terrifying series of clips uploaded by Rosanna, who goes by the username DarkCha. Rosanna insists her home is being haunted by something evil and has uploaded numerous clips to the internet, many of which are very creepy. After popular demand from you guys, I decided to feature her again as the activity has gotten worse. One night, while Rosanna is home alone, she begins to hear noises coming from her child's bedroom. And if you remember in the previous feature, this was exactly what happened before the activity amplified. Worried, she grabs her phone and goes to check it out. What she captures is chilling. Moves on its own, but then, in an unnatural way, it rolls at rapid speed into her child's bedroom, right in front of Rosanna's eyes. A couple of minutes later, the ball launches out of the room, startling Rosanna. Then, another toy bizarrely walks out in front of her. She enters the room, and then a toy flies onto the floor, before a toy begins playing on its own. However, what truly terrifies her is when she stands up. In the reflection of the window, a dark figure can be seen standing right behind her. Although, when she spins around, there's no one in there with her. But the activity doesn't stop there. On another night, while Rosanna was at home alone, this happens.
Arrête. Ça suffit. Oh, t'inquiète. Non. Lâche-moi, putain, j'en peux plus, laisse-moi tranquille.
The lights in her child's room can be seen switching on and off. Then the sounds of someone or something can be heard laughing creepily, and the eerie sounds of wailing are clear, followed by her name, Rosanna, being called out. But then, out of nowhere, Rosanna is knocked over and dragged backwards down the hallway. After posting these latest clips to the internet, viewers are convinced that Rosanna is being haunted by something evil and that she should seek help from God immediately. But what do you think? This next chilling entry comes from TikTok user Villains Deeds, who was out for a walk when she came across an old, abandoned house somewhere in the woods of Oregon. Apparently, a husband and wife tragically passed away in this house, and locals say strange things have been happening in and around the property ever since, and their house is frozen in time. Most of their belongings are still there. She decides to film the building, interested in the decaying structure, but as she pans her camera towards a balcony, something unexpected happens.
So, there's nothing hanging there. What the fuck is that? That's creepy. It's gotta be something. I don't know what. What the fuck? Just fuck.
Something dark appears on the top balcony, weirdly peeking out before slowly slipping away back inside, as if it had been watching her this entire time. Startled, she zooms in, but the figure has gone. Confused that it might just be a curtain, she goes into the house to check.
Here is the stairwell, okay, that you see. There's the porch. And here is the doorway. And the question that, like, the notorious doorway that had whatever. Like, these are, like, notes still that, from Emily, the daughter. And, these are from the lady who... And then... Oh, I hate it in here. I mean, it gets even creepier once you go downstairs.
So, nope, no curtain, and nothing else that could have caused this dark thing to appear and retreat. With the fact that a couple had passed away here, plus all the stories from the locals about strange things happening in and around the property, it raises an unsettling question. Who or what was lurking on the balcony? This next unsettling video was uploaded to TikTok by El Cesar Torres 1, a creator who's been documenting a series of increasingly disturbing events happening in his home. According to El Cesar, it all started after he began trying to communicate with the other side. Using EVP devices, a Ouija board, and other tools, he hoped to make contact, but instead, something may have answered. Over the following weeks, the activity in his home began to escalate, and soon, El Cesar started to regret ever reaching out. One night, while lying in bed, he hears strange noises outside his room. Then, without warning, the TV suddenly cuts out. Already on edge, he grabs his phone and starts recording, and this is what he caught.
No. No mames. ¿Qué pedo? Yo sé, chequen. Mis manos están aquí. No, no. La verdad.
The TV stops receiving signal, and El Cesar sounds pretty nervous. The TV then switches off. But did you catch it? As the camera pans around the room, a dark figure can be seen just standing there, motionless in the darkness. The video then ends there. After uploading this video to his TikTok account, El Cesar's viewers believe that whatever this is responsible for all the activity he's been encountering in his life. And after watching his other videos, it kinda makes sense, as, well, he may have summoned something he was never meant to reach. It's just after midnight, and a student decided to stay late at school, but apparently because the school, according to rumours, is haunted, especially the restroom. The one who started the rumours is father, who is the caretaker for the school. Apparently, while cleaning the restrooms at night, he'd hear whispers coming from one of the bathroom stalls, but when he'd go in to investigate, the restroom was always empty. It happened almost every single night. So, he told his son as a joke, but intrigued, his son decided to see if it was actually true. He hid until midnight, and then decided to go into the restroom, knowing that if he caught it on camera, his video would go viral. So, he hits record.
Nah, y'all ever been in a bathroom skipping alone, bro? This is crazy. I'm in here, bro, just alone. And it's like mad weird, bro, cause like what if there was some monster or something pop up on me? That shit would be crazy, bro. But I don't know. Like there's nobody in here. You could come out and shit. I don't even know, bro, but yeah, there's nobody right here, bro, but this shit's crazy, bro. I don't know, but that shit's mad weird. What the fuck?
At first, the restroom looks empty, but just as he's leaving, the door to the stall at the end of the restroom swings open. And again, did you spot it? It's quite hard to see, but if we slow the footage down, what looks like a face can be seen peeking out of the stall before quickly dashing away. After uploading this clip to the internet, it quickly got shared. Many believe he caught the same entity that his father had encountered night after night on his night shifts. But what do you think? This next video was filmed by a man named Robert Earl White, who was staying at an Airbnb in Williamsburg, Virginia, right by the edge of the Queens River. It was late at night, and Robert had stepped outside for a moment when he suddenly heard something moving. At first, he thought it might just be an animal, but then the footsteps grew louder and closer until it sounded like something was just a few feet in front of him. Creeped out, he pulls out his phone and hits record. This is what he caught.
Why is it coming closer? I have no idea what this is. It's like right up here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little freaking spooked right now. I'm not afraid of you. Show yourself. There it is. It's walking up here. I don't know if you can hear this. I'm trying to be quiet. Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard something stomping in the woods. Something huge.
The sounds of footsteps can be heard, and Robert is creeped out. Then, glowing eyes can be seen watching him from the darkness, followed by the sounds of footsteps, and Robert becomes concerned. He continues filming, and then out of nowhere, it appears, its eyes glowing red in the darkness. But then, in a split second, it vanishes into the shadows. Robert Earl White uploaded this video with the title, "My Terrifying Encounter with a Skinwalker," and viewers of this video agree. One comment by Blue Flame Integration says, "At the beginning of this video, with those red eyes, I looked carefully and could see the body, shoulders, etc. and it looked like what others have shown to be a skinwalker. They can vanish into portals and turn into other creatures or mimics. And if we brighten the footage, we can definitely see its body. But is this a skinwalker as Robert Earl White and commenters believe? You decide." This next video was filmed by a man who was staying alone at his girlfriend's apartment, but what makes this footage particularly tragic is the heartbreaking story behind it. Just a few days before this video was recorded, their close friend Dylan had passed away in a sudden accident. Dylan was supposed to visit them for the boyfriend's birthday, a plan they'd all been looking forward to, but that visit would never happen. The man's girlfriend was the last person to visit Dylan in the hospital before he passed away. A few days later, while she was at her mother's house, her boyfriend was alone in the apartment when something unexplainable began happening.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. This...
I started thinking it paused for a sec.
All right, that. Do it again. Do it again. Okay. Shadow? Shadow? Where is it?
The bedroom door starts opening and closing on its own. The man begins speaking to the empty space, calling out,
Do it again.
He says, and the door responds, slowly opening wider. Again he asks,
Do it again.
And again the door moves, opening and closing as if answering his commands. Even the cat seems aware something is happening, watching the doorway intently. Many believe this was Dylan's spirit, finally keeping his promise to visit his friend. Perhaps letting them know he made it there after all, even if not in the way anyone expected. Though the original poster later admitted it was likely just airflow from open windows. But the timing still gives people chills. So what do you think? Was this Dylan making his final visit? Or just a coincidence that happened at the most emotional time possible? An urban explorer visited an abandoned hospital all on his own. The hospital is said to be haunted by the spirit of a former cleaner. After a while of exploring the old hospital, he comes across the drying section of the building and ends up capturing this.
No quiero hacer mucho ruido. Música. Lo último. Esto es una especie de baños. Mira, acá hay un...
Did you see it? As the camera pans to the side, someone or something can be seen peeking out from a doorway before slipping away out of sight. But when the explorer goes to check, no one's there. Viewers of this video believe that this is the spirit of the former cleaner that is said to haunt this abandoned hospital. But what do you think? This next unsettling clip was recorded by a mother during a quiet evening out with her daughter. They're relaxing in a public plaza, surrounded by families. Her little girl wanders just a few steps ahead, laughing, playing, enjoying the time. But suddenly, something stops her in her tracks. Caught on camera, as the girl runs forward, she abruptly turns, her smile fades. As she glances behind her, it's almost like she heard something or sensed something wanting her attention. But then, suddenly, her dress is pulled by something we can't see. The girl looks around, but no one is there. However, she is clearly aware that something pulled on her dress. Her mother, who is still filming, doesn't react at first, but later, when she reviews the footage, she notices the moment and realizes it's much more chilling than she thought. So, what exactly happened here? Did something unseen reach out for the little girl? Comment below with your thoughts on this one. This next video was uploaded by a man who experienced every child's worst nightmare, but as an adult. It was 3 AM when he suddenly was jolted awake by strange noises coming from underneath his bed. At first, he tried to ignore it, thinking it was just the house settling, but the sounds continued, scratching, shuffling, like something was moving around down there. Unable to fall back to sleep, he decides to grab his phone and use the flashlight to check what's causing the disturbance. What he discovered under his bed will haunt you. Something can be seen under the person's bed, but who or what is it? The person goes and tells his friend who's in the other room, and they both decide to go and check. The pair approach cautiously, but when they get there, a dark figure can be seen standing in the room before it rises up, and the pair flee in absolute fear. The video then cuts there. Viewers of this video are divided. Some think it's real and believe they witnessed something unexplainable, pointing to the terror in the man's voice and their panicked reactions. They argue that the figure's unsettling presence and the way both men immediately fled shows this was no ordinary encounter. But what's your verdict? Did these men capture something truly supernatural lurking under the bed? Or is this just a cleverly staged hoax?
That sound is scary, man.
Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more scary videos.
So thank you to Mind Junkie YT. Make sure you guys check his channel out. He didn't, tell me to use it, but we're giving him love because that's the way you got to do it. There were some good videos in there. He did a good job. Let me see here. Stop sharing this. So I want to thank all of you for coming here and hanging out with me. And guys, you stuck with me. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. We had a bunch of people from other countries. They're like 5 hours ahead in Great Britain. So it's getting to be morning there. But thank you to everybody. I want to let you know how much I appreciate you. I was very, very angry when I got those emails from those people, because they, you can say whatever you want about me. I get once, not often, but I get once in a blue moon, I get trolls that are ignorant and stuff. And when you are talking about my Planet 412 family, then I get pissed. So, there's less than a day left for that. Man, guys, let's just blow them out of the water. Do me a favor. Share that link in every single group you guys are in, every one of them. And I would really appreciate it. I just want to just crush these people and blow them out. Because with you guys here, it's just, there's no way I can lose. And you're right, Happy Canuck. Barant is just tearing it up. 6:05 in the morning in Scotland. Man, I can't wait to visit that place out. And like you say, you know what, BJ, I don't want to report them. I'll be honest with you. I would rather beat them, and then they have a way for us to talk, and some of the like the people that are in charge of the competition will like make things for us to comment on. I would rather beat them, move on, and then comment on one of the stories. Hey, by the way, to those people, and yada, yada, yada. I know I can do it with your guys' help, guys. 104 in Southern Ontario. Yeah, same time as me, bro. And brother Bronze. And again, thank you everybody for being here. Little Mork, I appreciate you as well. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I'm honored to have all you guys here with me. It's going to be a cool week. We have new video release today. Live stream, obviously. We got another video tomorrow. We're going to have a live stream Saturday. We have shorts coming out almost every day. And then next week on Monday, I'm going to be releasing my collaboration with Mike from Mystery Files. It would have been this week, but because of Hellier and the unfortunate craziness that happened to BJ's family, it's more important for me to be with family and to help them and BJ's family. So we will get that collab out on Monday with Mike, and guys, stuff is going to be popping out. I got another story coming and a narration. You don't release them all in one day. You've got to do it ding, ding, ding. So love you guys. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you. And we will see you guys later. Make sure that you guys go and subscribe to BJ's YouTube page, to Kel. I think Kel has one. BJ, could you throw the link back up for the vote? It's coming right now, Brant. There it is. Thank you. Let everyone know if they wouldn't mind throwing me one out. It would help. Just do me a favor, vote for this guy. And then make sure you hit all the other channels up that BJ has thrown up here and subscribe to them. We like to help out our fams here. So thanks, Josie. Oh yeah, Bronzy, man. I'm up for a while. I'm going to be recording videos right after this. I'm not going to bed, guys. I'm going to record. So, all right, I got to go. We will see you guys. I want to get my mods off. BJ and Josie, you guys are out to sleep. Thank you, Kel. We'll see you guys soon. A lot of good stuff, guys, coming. A lot of good stuff. Good night.
There are things in this world that we cannot understand. Things we thought were myth. Mysteries that defy reality. And even darker conspiracies. What Lurks Beneath will take you deep into real cases and accounts of the strange and supernatural that will leave you wondering the truth about what's truly around us. You won't want to miss this one.
In today's world, video isn't optional, it's essential. At Full Res Films, we bring your story to life with cinematic quality and creative vision. From corporate videos that inspire, to powerful testimonials that build trust, to breathtaking drone footage that elevates your brand. Whether it's live events, training videos, music videos, or documentaries, our team captures every moment. Don't settle for ordinary, choose Full Res Films, and let's create something amazing together. FullResFilms.com, 216-201-9649.
Planet 412 is your channel through the veil, where cryptids walk, UFOs soar, and the paranormal whispers in the dark. From chilling storytelling, eerie narrations, and on-location investigations, to live streams, exclusive interviews, and shocking reviews of the bizarre, Planet 412 is your front row seat to the supernatural. Subscribe now. Planet 412 on YouTube. Do you believe?